Okay, I'm live. Let's go.
We're good to go.
Okay,
Yep.
So hey everyone, I'm Kronos. Today I am running the Elder Scrolls Anthology, all 5 main series games with a bonus incentive of Redguard. Behind me I have my couch if they would like to introduce themselves.
Nucular.
I'm Musical Daredevil. I finished a run of the Anthology myself about 2 weeks ago.
And I'm bryonato, and I haven't really seen this before, so let's do it.
Okay, yeah, so time starts once I hit start new game. So in 3, 2, 1, start.
Let's go.
Good luck.
Yeah. So Kronos is going to select a pre-made character, Nightblade. We just got a quick name here. We're going to select our province since that affects where we come out of once we get out of the starting dungeon. Now, as you can see, some of these earlier Elder Scrolls games, especially Arena and Daggerfall, are much more D&D focused. You see a bit of that in Morrowind, but that kind of fell off with Oblivion and Skyrim. Now, Kronos needs to make sure he has a good amount of gold there, and he's going to put all of his points in his speed. Now, we're going to skip a cutscene, and we are already in the first dungeon. Kronos is going to pick up a key there to open the door. We need to make sure we have a good amount of gold there, and I think we're all right. Now, this is actually a very difficult dungeon. A lot of things can go wrong here, and we have goblins. You can see Kronos fell into that pool of water there. If you played this game casually like I did, your playthrough may have ended at that pool of water, because like I said, this is a very hard dungeon. Goblins are also very useful because you need to get to level 2 by the time you leave this dungeon, and goblins can help get you there. You can also get rats in this dungeon, and you need to find more of those to get the experience. We're almost out there. There's our portal, and we should be getting a level up momentarily. There it is.
So a thing that's very special about this game in particular, they did away with this in the later Elder Scrolls games. They made them all in one province in Tamriel. But in this one, you explore all throughout Tamriel, and we're going to get to see a huge variety of different types of dungeons, different locations, and it'll be a lot of fun. It'll put a lot of later games into some interesting lore context. So that's a great reason to play Arena if you haven't, and you're an Elder Scrolls fan.
Okay.
So now we're in the first city. We got some bad RNG there.
Yeah, so right here, I'm trying to get it to be daytime. You can't do anything in the cities while it's nighttime. So you have to just leave the city and go back in by waiting like 12 hours or so. And sometimes you get lucky and enemies don't spawn in, but right there, enemies did. I did manage to get through though, so things worked out. So now I'm going to create 2 spells here. I'm creating an invisibility spell and a levitation spell, and these 2 spells are crucial for the run.
Yeah, we'll be using those a lot in the dungeons to get through them.
Okay.
So there's our levitate spell, and now we're going to head to the palace. The way the main quest of Arena works is you have 16 dungeons to go to. The first dungeon is going to give you a map that gets you to the next dungeon, and 8 of those dungeons are going to have a piece of the staff. What you're going to use that staff to do is defeat Jagger Tharn, the Imperial Battle Mage, who has basically taken over and impersonating the Emperor right now, and we are going to stop him. So now we are on our way to the palace to get the location of the map in the first dungeon, Stonekeep.
Yeah, and something you'll notice is I'll be strafe running a lot, and that is because strafing is the fastest form of movement in this game, so that is just walking diagonally. And yeah, you'll just see that basically the entire run.
Yep, also in the next couple of games as well. And welcome to Stonekeep. Kronos is going to cast invisibility there because if any of the enemies see you in this room, those wolves, you are very low level right now and you can be killed very easily. Going to cast levitate over this puddle of water, and the map we are looking for is right here in this nook. It is very easy to get stuck in there and have the platforms boost you up. Luckily, Kronos did not get stuck there. The controls in Arena are from 1996 and are a bit different than what you might be used to in games today. Like, for instance, you press the left button and the right mouse button to jump far. Spacebar is just a standing jump. Now we're going to leave the dungeon, go to this town quickly, and then we will head to the second dungeon.
Yep.
Now Kronos is going to cast those spells once again, invisibility and levitate, and then we are going to go pick up our next quest item. Now these wolves in this room, Kronos is going to stay to the outside because if you happen to be in the middle of the room, those wolves can spawn inside of you, and that mostly soft locks the game, but you can get out of it, but it's pretty difficult too. Gonna pick up that, and we're gonna head out of the dungeon.
Yeah, and something you'll notice if you are a casual player of Arena is that there isn't a lot of music going on, and that's because we disable music in order to save about a minute and a half, because for some reason this game takes a lot of loading into sounds of the game, so that's just a random factor.
Yeah. In fact, sometimes the game can just pause when it's loading new music. Sincere apologies to Eric Heberling. Anyway, now we are heading to Winterhold, and that is going to give us the next quest location. If you played Skyrim, you may recognize Winterhold. We are going to head to the Mages Guild in Winterhold, not the college, but the guild.
I don't recognize Winterhold. This looks nothing like Skyrim.
Well, some things happened in like the 200 years between this and Skyrim. Anyway, we got our next location for the map we need to pick up. And where is Kronos going to head to the next dungeon? Well, Kronos is going to head to Stonekeep. Now, why is Kronos doing that, and why did Kronos head to Stonekeep before? Well, see, there is a bug in this particular version of Arena. This is the CD Deluxe Edition, where if you go into this dungeon, you pick up the quest item, the map, which it's supposed to be, then you leave the dungeon and come back, that map respawns. And every time Kronos picks up that map, like right there, the main quest goes to the next portion. So basically the way this run is going to work is Kronos is going to head to this dungeon 17 times in this run. Yeah, 17 times. It's going to pick up that map, and every time Kronos picks up that map, the main quest advances.
Yes, I hope you like Stonekeep, guys, because you'll be seeing a lot of it.
So we're going to head back to Chaseguard, and then we're going to head to Stonekeep one more time. And since you all have
One more time?
Since you all have seen that, yeah, one more time. Okay. Since you all have seen that 4 times already, CovertMuffin, take it away with some donations.
All right, sounds good. Well, we have a $50 donation from the Fun Cannon.
Hey, nice. Hey, Fun Cannon.
They say, "Hi, Kronos. What a great way to showcase everything that the Elder Scrolls speedruns and community has to offer. I'll be donating another $10 for each dungeon that the werewolf isn't in."
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, boy.
I can't wait for the context for that.
Oh, yes, it's we'll get there.
We'll get there.
It's a thing.
We also have $10 from Udon is a Snake that says, "Redguard run MSF, let's go." And indeed, we are just over $3,400 away from being able to close that out. We're so close to it, chat. Time for more.
I guess we could probably talk about where we are. So we are in Valenwood right now, which you've only been to if you've played this game or the Elder Scrolls Online, I believe. You can go there in. I don't play ES, so I'm not sure. This has never been featured in a main game in the Elder Scrolls Anthology, so here it is. Take it all in.
Wow.
We are going to head to the palace for this one to get our next location, and then, of course, we will be heading to Stonekeep. Now I guess we can go to the donation.
All right, sounds good. Well, we have $15 from Tunguzka that says, "Hey, Kronos, good luck on the run. And yes, put this towards Redguard. Also, fun fact, did you know Kronos also does tons for the Halo Runs community? He's just a lovely person all around, heart."
Yeah, I am a Halo speedrunner as well as an Elder Scrolls speedrunner. And for both games, I do anthology runs. I've done the MCC Anthology, all on easy, currently hold the world record for that as well. So
Nice.
it's quite a journey.
Yeah.
Time for more?
Yep.
All right, we have $25 from Erica that says, "Dagoth Ur welcomes you, SGDQ, my old friend. But to this place where Redguard is played, why have you come unprepared?" Thank you, Erica, for that donation. And indeed, we're closing fast, Chad. We only have $3,250 and some change to be able to close out all of that $20,000 required to be able to make that Redguard run. So make sure that when you send in a donation, you click on that Redguard incentive. We also have $25 from PT that says, "I gotta see that Redguard run." Indeed, me too, PT.
How are we doing on Redguard?
Good, yeah, we're just like $3,250 away from being able to close that out. Yeah, so we're getting there. And you know who's helping? Tiber Septum with a $250 donation that says, "Had to donate for my favorite anthology of all time. Thank you, everyone who makes this amazing event possible. P.S. Praise Talos." No, thank you, Tiber Septum.
That was an epic
Thank you,
segue,
Types.
by the way. Great segue. Very good.
Yes.
Thank you. You know what? You're a great segue.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know what that means.
Neither do I.
Anyway, we're here in Elsewhere. We got here at night, a little bit more bad RNG. This can happen quite frequently in runs, where you just get bad RNG and you have to enter and exit towns and lose time that way. Nothing can do, pure RNG. We are now heading to, I believe, the Mages Guild here as well. And then we'll get our next map location.
Where am I? I am lost. Whoops.
Wait, are you supposed to head to the temple in this one? I think this might be Mages Guild.
Oh, it was. I am a bit dumb.
You're right.
Whoops.
Okay.
Oh,
you
now
fell in the water
I'm in the
there.
water.
Yes. So,
I got mixed up on the quest locations because they're pretty similar.
yeah, that can happen. You do really have to be diligent when you're going through these towns because they do tend to look similar. This is a 1996 game and they only had so much memory to work with. Yeah, this looks better.
Yes, this should be the one, I believe.
This looks familiar. I think this is it.
Here
We're good. Okay. And now, of course, we are going back to Stone Keep. And I guess while we're doing that, I can probably talk a little bit about how this game and the Elder Scrolls came to be. You may have seen the name of this game, Arena, and for those of you watching on Twitch, you may have seen the box art featuring a bunch of gladiators and wondering what the heck is going on with that. Well, initially when this game was created, it was meant to be kind of an arena combat game where you would travel to various towns in the province of Tamriel, where we are, and you would participate in arena battles. But as the game went on and its development continued, they started to add some side quests in those towns, and then they realized that was kind of much more fun. And so this game became much more of a fantasy game. We were going to towns, doing quests, doing side quests, and also you have this new main quest. And kind of the arena bits started to fall off. They did keep the name though. And so really this sort of came out of a D&D campaign, the province of Tamriel, and they decided to make this game that. And you can really see a lot of those D&D influences in these earlier games, as I mentioned. And with that, we're back to Stone Keep once again, so CovertMuffin, take it away.
Well, we have a donation indeed. We have $1,000 donations from Scroll Down on Twitch chat to donate. And they say, let's finish out that Redguard run incentive. Heck yeah, Scroll Down on Twitch chat to donate. We also have $100 from Siso that says, donation goes for the Elder Scrolls incentive. Let's do it. Hype! And with all these donations coming in, we are less than $1,700 away from being able to match that. It's closing so fast, Twitch chat. Keep going.
We are so close. I believe in you, Twitch chat.
Time for one more.
Oh, Jagger Tharn. So what happened there is whenever you exit a dungeon, whenever you exit Stone Keep for the second time, when you would normally get the staff piece, you have to rest for an hour to get a cutscene. But sometimes you can get the cutscene with Jagger Tharn instead of the cutscene you need with who we like to call Spooky Ghost Lady. And so that's that's a bit of bad RNG there. Kronos rested for an hour outside of town, got the Spooky Ghost Lady cutscene, and so we can now go get the next part of the quest.
Yeah, and this is the one that I messed up on for the last one because I was going all the way to the water, which I should have. And yeah, now we're here. This is the right one.
Also, I just noticed I totally got the year of this game wrong. It's 1994. I had the layout in front of me the whole time, and yeah, I got this confused with a different game that came out in 1996. So I'm sure all of you in chat were making fun of me. It's all good.
Yeah, this game is older than me, so that's
I'm going to wither away into dust. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I guess when I was, I didn't really know what to expect going into this. I think I thought it would be, I didn't expect to be doing the same dungeon 17 times. I'm used to Morrowind and Oblivion where you just clip through a wall and you're at the end of the game, right? So this is a little bit different.
Yes. Yes, you do the number of dungeons you are supposed to do. It's just all this one instead.
Yeah, this speedrun is actually really easy to learn, so I highly recommend it for a beginner speedrun game because there's not a lot of complicated tricks. It does involve a lot of precise movement because strafe running is actually pretty intricate. So just managing all of that really well is quite a cool thing.
Yeah, the first few minutes of this run where you have the starting Imperial dungeon and your first 3 runs through Stone Keep are the hardest part of the run mainly because your invisibility spell lasts so long, and when you're learning this run, you're not super fast, of course, and so if that invisibility spell runs out, then those wolves can see you, and that's the end of the run there. But luckily, it's only the first few minutes, so no big deal to reset and start again. And then once you level up a bit, that invisibility spell lasts longer, you get more used to Stonekeeping, you get faster. This run becomes super easy. So you can learn it too at home if you want to. Just watch, and that's Stonekeep. There's Jaggerthorn again.
Yeah. Kind of bad RNG here, but it's fine.
Now, hopefully you don't get hotboxed here. There's a thing that can happen. Just fog. All right, we're good.
It's good, but I still need to wait an hour here.
Yeah. There are a couple different kinds of fog that can happen in this game. One is normal fog, like what you see, where your view distance isn't very far. That's okay. A bit more annoying in Daggerfall, but also still okay. There's also a different kind of fog that can happen that slows down your frame rate, and that is a lot more annoying.
Yeah, and not only that, it makes you move at half the speed. So if you see like huge particles of fog on your screen, then you're just basically losing 20 seconds just to bad RNG for movement.
Yeah, bad RNG. Anyway, this is the temple. I actually don't think you see this. You might see this in Daggerfall. Could be wrong. I haven't played that casually, but I don't think you see this again in the Elder Scrolls. There is a different kind of temple in Morrowind that is not this one, but I think this is the only game where you see that particular kind of building. Anyway, we're back at Stonekeep once again. CovertMuffin, you know what to do.
Indeed. Well, we have a special $25 donation from Corey Dornbush that says, ex-Bethesda Skyrim dev here,
Nice.
by Azura, by Azura, by Azura. This all main quest Golden Path speedrun of every single player, the Elder Scrolls, is going to be amazing. Kronos is doing what our amazing QA team does every build to get our needed precious save, so our test cycles can continue. Well, outside of the glitches, those were bugged and just become features. Thank you so much, Corey Dornbush, for that donation.
Thank you so much, Corey. Shout out to the Bethesda devs. Apologies in advance for what Kronos is about to do to Skyrim.
Yeah.
Time for another?
Yeah, we're still doing Stonekeep.
Heck yeah, that's what I like to hear. We have $50 from Victor Prime that says, I have played over 200 hours of Skyrim, and I still have never beaten it. How in the world do you beat all of the Elder Scrolls in 2 hours? Good luck, and let's get Redguard. Well, as a quick update, we're just barely over $1,000 away, chat. We're so
Nice.
close.
Woo.
Let's go. Woo! We also have $25 from Sleek that says, best of luck, Kronos. Make the Halo runs and Elder Scrolls communities proud. E for Kronos.
E for nighttime, so we have to wait for 12 hours.
Time for more?
Yep, we're just waiting for daytime.
Fantastic. We have $25 from Latanda that says, what's an Elder Scrolls run without a little rogue's luck? Let's get that Redguard incentive. Good luck, Kronos.
All right, here we are at the Temple of Elsewhere. We're going to talk to the person once again to get our next 2 quest locations. And then, once again, it's back to Stonekeep.
Yeah, we're almost there though. We're
Almost
on
there.
Stonekeep number 13 of 17, so we're getting close to the end.
Good. And that being said, we have $25 from Meta that says, good luck, Kronos, and avoid any knee-related arrow injuries. Let's get that Redguard run.
I don't know.
Someone remind us.
So this is Labyrinthian. This is a dungeon that was also featured in Skyrim. Looks familiar?
I don't think so.
Oh. I'll have to look that up again.
Yep, and we're going out and back in again.
Well, we have $100 while we're continuing to visit this wonderful place. $100 from Code Alpha that says, as a fan of Elder Scrolls, Halo, CovertMuffin, and Kronos returns, this seems like an appropriate time to donate. Great marathon. We also got some love from Musical Daredevil with $25 from Tenor Kicks Brass. That says, shout out to Musical Daredevil. Congrats on the couch from everyone at the Virtual Video Game Orchestra.
Thank you so much, Tenor Kicks Brass.
Yeah.
That's a great screen name. Time for another?
Sure.
Yep.
$300 from Swig77 that says, good luck, Kronos. Years ago, Soliton showed me some fun glitches as he was finding while mapping Redguard. So I'd like to see it run here. Let's make it happen. And indeed, we are less than $500 from making that happen, chat.
So we are about to wrap up the first game, Arena. It's nighttime. We have gone to the final province. We're going to go to Morrowind. Now, like with all the other provinces and the way the main quest works, you are basically supposed to get a map here in Morrowind at the palace, in Ebonheart specifically. Then that map leads you to the next staff piece. Now, normally after getting that staff piece, that would be the 8th staff piece, and that would be getting to the final boss. For some reason, picking up the scroll in Stonekeep also defeats the final boss. So Kronos is now going to go to Stonekeep 3 times, and then, yeah.
It's somehow still funny every time.
I know, right?
Yep. So that's our last quest pickup of the game, and then we're just going to do Stonekeep for the rest of it.
Yep.
Well, we have a nice donation. We have $5 from Britwick that says, donating to see Halo 3 on my birthday. Come on, y'all, let's get this incentive. And indeed, we are so close to Redguard, it's only like $100 away. Come on, chat, you can snipe this.
Also, happy birthday to that person.
Yeah, happy birthday, Britwick. And thank you for sending in the $5. Right, every little bit helps. In fact, the majority of our donations here at Games Done Quick Marathons are small donations, such as the $5 from Britwick. So it really does not take a lot. And indeed, we could close that $100 with just $25 donations. Have an extra $5 in your pocket, send it in right now, and make sure to go towards that Redguard run.
We appreciate donations of all sizes. Anything you can give, any support for this event and for Doctors Without Borders, it helps so much.
Good. Yeah.
And that being said, we have hit the Redguard run incentive.
Thank you so much, everyone.
So this is the second time, I think?
Yep.
All
So
right.
we have one more right after this, and that should be it. So once I click the scroll next, that is the end of Arena. Oh,
Gotta get those stairs, yeah. Collision in this game from 1994, you know, they've learned a lot of things about game dev since then.
It's surreal that Arena's ending. You know, just going through Stonekeep over and over. It feels like you just keep watching it for like the next 2 hours. Wild.
Right. Well, so one of the fun things is that, like, when I'm doing practice runs of this, you know, you'll do more than one run of Arena, and then you go to Stonekeep 17 times in each run, so you can go to Stonekeep like 100 times in one practice session, and by then your brain's just fried.
Yeah, it's basically like muscle memory at this point.
Do you ever lose count?
Yes, it's very
Yeah.
easy, which is why I have my splits like on the side. Because, yeah.
Exactly.
And that's Arena.
We just defeated the final boss by picking up that map. And
Also,
now Daggerthorn's gonna melt.
yeah,
Go ahead.
There is one funny glitch I do want to show off. It's very quick. So right here, I'm going to wait outside, and you'll notice something weird with the audio.
Do not fear, for tonight.
Yeah, we got a very weird just cutscene with different voices for the cutscene. Yeah.
Cool.
Very cool.
But yeah, so now I will be moving on to Daggerfall, so let me open that.
This game is terrifying.
Yes.
This is the game that is probably the most scary, so
Yeah, in my opinion, it is the second hardest run in the Anthology, and it is very scary. Because there is just so much RNG throughout the run that we'll be talking about as we go through it.
yeah, so also don't mind me, I have to type some commands to be able to run the game. So,
Daggerfall is like a notoriously like difficult game, right? Like I've heard
Yeah.
like there's some really
Yeah.
hard fight in
Yeah.
the first dungeon or something that.
Oh yeah, the first dungeon is really hard to get.
Yeah.
You
So
have no
I'm
idea what
curious
you're
to see
doing.
how this is tackled in a speedrun.
okay.
Anyway, CovertMuffin, we got time for another donation or two while we get Daggerfall ready.
Wow, fantastic. Well, thank you everybody once again for hitting that $20,000 donation mark. And chat, we still have an hour and a half of Kronos just absolutely bringing these games down. I am so pumped. This is incredible. And that being said, we have a $5 donation from Bear Grifter that says, man, I love this run. I hope it just stone keeps going and going.
Just okay.
That was a bad pun, sorry.
I mean, it was like inserted in a way that was, you weren't expecting it. I liked it.
It's not really my arena. They just seem to dagger fall flat sometimes.
All
Okay, I'm ready to go for Daggerfall now, I'm assuming, so I will start now.
All right. So we're going to pick Hammerfell as our starting province. And then Kronos is going to choose a custom class. Now, Daggerfall is even more D&D focused than Arena was. You may notice that Kronos is running up a bit of a points deficit here, but what's going to happen is once he gets speed to 75, he's going to press the U key, and that deficit's going to go away. Don't worry about it. It's just a thing. Anyway, we're going to pick running as well as thaumaturgy and mysticism for our primary skills. We will be using those a lot. We will be doing some jumping for our secondary skills as well as destruction and illusion types of magic. For our minor skills, we have alteration and nothing else matters, so Kronos just picks whatever there. We have a few advantages we like. We have athleticism to make us go faster. We have more magic, and we have spell absorption. Then we will balance those out on our character with some disadvantages. These will never become an issue. We're just going to put whatever here. And that's most of our character generation. We've got a name. We're going to choose our face. Then we've got some bonus points. We want to get our speed to the highest we can get it, but we don't want to go too high because that can affect some of our movement strats throughout the run. Not always, but sometimes it can cause things to go a bit wrong there. We've got our bonus points. We're going to set our reflexes to very high, skip some cutscenes, and now we're in the starting dungeon. And what Kronos is going to do is Kronos is going to delete all the spells and then press Alt F11. That is a dev code that was actually left in Daggerfall, and what it does is when you press it, it takes you to the last place you were standing on the ground. But if you have already gone to the last place you were standing on the ground, it takes you right back to the dungeon entrance. And so we just skipped the starting dungeon.
Okay, so that's how you do it. All right.
Yep. Just press Alt F11 twice.
Uh-oh, I think I got the...
Oh, yeah, that happened. That's annoying.
All right.
Yeah, you can probably load it up a save later on, but it's going to be a bit slow, yeah.
Yeah.
So Kronos is going to borrow some money from the bank here in Rip Market, and then he's going to get a letter of credit. Don't worry too much about that loan. We're going to finish this main quest long before that loan is due. Now Kronos is going to head to the Mages Guild, where we are going to buy a whole bunch of spells. Yeah, you can see there.
Yeah, I'm not getting the buffer jump, which
Yeah.
is a mechanic in this game, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but we will load a save that does have that, and it'll be fine. So Kronos is going to buy 5 different spells. The first one is named One, and that has the effects of Water Walking, Unlock, and Light. Now, that might be a bit of an unusual combination of things to put in one spell, but the purpose of the spell is actually to grind us up to level 7, because we need to be level 7 for some of these starting main quests early on in Daggerfall. Next, Kronos is going to buy a teleport spell, where you can anchor to a specific spot and then teleport back there later. We will be using that a lot to get back to quest locations. That's 11, 11, and 3. That is a damage spell. We will be doing a little bit of combat, but not a ton. Then we have Slow Fall. This one is going to be used in combination with Levitate, which Kronos will be buying next. Because if you are falling and you cast Levitate, the game treats that as landing on a surface, and you will take fall damage, and you can actually die from that. I have lost runs to that. So now that we have done that, Kronos now has to grind up to level 7. And what Kronos is going to do is go back and forth between 2 shrines, then cast the grind up spell a whole bunch of times, travel to the other shrine so mana regenerates, and then cast that grind up spell a whole bunch more times. And we're going to travel back and forth between these 2 shrines 26 times to get to level 7.
God.
So while Kronos is doing that, I can probably explain a little bit about what we are doing here in the Iliac Bay region. We have been sent here as an agent of the Blades by the Emperor to do 2 things. The first is find a letter the Emperor sent to the Queen, because that letter never arrived, and so we need to find out what happened to it. And the second is we need to investigate the death of King Lysandus, because his ghost is haunting the town of Daggerfall right now, calling out for vengeance. And so we have been sent here by the Emperor to figure out what's going on with the ghost of King Lysandus and to try and calm his spirit. Now, while Kronos is grinding up to level 7, I think we got a nice break here, so CovertMuffin, take it away.
All right, sounds good. Well, we have $100 from the Thalmor that says, we have it on good authority that someone had praised Talos here among these donations. If any of you see this criminal, use a donation to report them to us. All right, sounds good, the Thalmor. Thank you so much for the donation.
I think we have time for one more.
All right, we have $25 from Rylam that says, hey Kronos, excited to see you Elder Scrolling on the big stage. All love from the Halo Runs community.
Okay.
We are now up to level 7. We are going to head to the province of Wayrest because we have a wedding to arrange. Princess Morgia in the province of Wayrest is looking to get married to Manimarco, the King of Worms. Now, if any of you played Oblivion and played through the Mages Guild quest line, this is that same Manimarco.
That's cool.
Yeah. In my opinion, he looks better in this game than in Oblivion, but that's, my personal opinion.
This is going to be annoying that I can't buffer.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to climb over that hedge.
Yeah.
Climbing in this game is a little bit finicky. You have to be right up against the wall at a 90-degree angle, and then you just enter climbing mode and you climb over it. Also, there's a bit of a load there. It has actually a precise angle, even casually.
Yeah, I'll probably need to load a save, but my next save is after 2 quests, I want to say, so I can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got it.
yeah. So anyway, Princess Morgia is in here. What Kronos is going to do is he's going to enter the palace and he's going to levitate or jump and levitate as soon as he gets in there. That way, when he presses Alt F11, it's going to take Kronos right back to the door.
Yep. So right here, gonna get
There's
this
Princess
quest,
Morgia. Yep.
anchor, and we're just gonna teleport out and do this. Okay.
Manimarco in this game is hanging out in Skurg Barrow, which is right here.
Yep, it would be a lot faster if I did have the buffer jump, but
Yeah.
it bugged out, so that's
Yep.
unfortunate.
One buffer jump can actually get you all the way from the starting point there. By the way, you can just climb over that door and get out of bounds.
This looks more like the Elder Scrolls run I'm used
Yes.
to.
So Kronos is going to cast Slow Fall and then Levitate to get to Manimarco here. Manimarco says yes to the marriage proposal, and then we are going to teleport back to Wayrest and tell Princess Morgia that the wedding is a go. We're not invited to the wedding, though. That's going to happen without us, sadly.
Okay. So now we are going to the quest,
The quest.
The quest.
the werewolf quest. So
This is what I've been hearing about.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
So for people that don't know this game, this quest is a random quest where you need to find a werewolf that spawns in a random dungeon at a random location, and it can possibly spawn out of bounds and basically make it impossible to complete the game. So that's why we have extra safety saves and why I am happy that I made some. So yeah, I'm going to try to find the werewolf on this save, but if I don't quickly, then I will also load the other save. Also because I can't buffer jump right now. which
Yeah.
is
We'll be loading that
pretty
anyway.
oof.
You should try just going to Stonekeep instead.
Yep.
Does Stonekeep exist in this game?
No, this is a different part of Tamriel,
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah.
sadly.
I can't buffer jump over this moat.
Oh, yeah.
But
You
yeah,
are very slow in water.
here's a fun thing as well. So, want to explain this?
Whoa, all
So right now, Kronos is holding down the jump button, and if you attack the air when you're holding down the jump button, you get a height boost like you saw every time. Now, Kronos started falling and entered that door. If you fall when you enter a door, you get out of bounds very easily. That's the second method we use to get out of bounds. Sacheris. So that is the randomly rolled dungeon we are going to go to with the werewolf in it. Everyone, hope for good RNG, because we can find that werewolf in 30 seconds or it can take 5 minutes. We don't know.
It doesn't
Oh,
work.
yeah.
Okay, so now we are going to do the same thing on this door and just hope for the best.
Yep. Hopefully we can get out of bounds quickly in this one. Nice. All right. And now we basically just find the werewolf. All right, we've got orcs, it looks like. Now, something that can happen in these dungeons is that werewolves are a normal enemy that can spawn in. So what can happen is you can Oh, I hear one.
Is this it? Is
Come
this
on.
We might be
actually
lucky.
it? Oh my
Yes!
god, that is
That-
insane luck. Okay, so I am loading another save. This is basically right after you kill the werewolf. Yeah, this one has the buffer jumping, so this should be good. I am so amazed
Yes.
that I actually
let's
got
go.
werewolf.
That's awesome.
That was the best possible luck that could have happened there. That is so lucky.
Yep, I'm supposed to get another quest. Yeah.
You're supposed to
boy.
talk to the queen over to the right, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm being dumb. Okay,
that way.
That's what
There we
happens
go.
when you mess up with a lot of stuff going on. Okay.
Yes. So this is the Queen Dowager here. She used to be married to King Lysander, but of course King Lysander was killed in battle, and that's why his ghost is haunting Daggerfall. And she is going to give us some information about the letter. Now, in order to get that information, we have to talk to the courier who was supposed to deliver the letter. But in order to find out where that courier is, we have to talk to another NPC. And so we have gone to the randomly generated town where that NPC is supposed to be. And now we have to talk to the townsfolk. That one didn't know where they were, I think. Oh, yes, they did. Okay, we got the
Also,
location.
yeah, you can see what buffer jumping looks like now.
Yes.
It is very fast, and you'll see it used a lot in the run. Also, I can't find this entrance.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, this is completely random. Oh, there they are. Nice. So what you saw is that the courier is going to be at a palace in Kirkhart Wood in 8 days. But that is wrong. As you can see there in the journal, it's actually 16 days.
Also, you need to sometimes type these names in full.
Yeah, because there might be another town that starts with Kirk or Kirkhart even, and if you type out the full name, you're going to go to the wrong town, and that's going to lose you time. So you might be thinking you're clever and saving time, but then you get, you lose time instead. This is a zombie, but not just any zombie. That zombie was actually sent by the King of Worms, and that is actually a quest prompt that we are going to go to later.
Wait, what was the number? 16, and then
It
I
was
did
16.
7. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
then
it'll
that's
be
5.
yeah, 5 and 5.
I made
to
us
get you
save these saves.
Okay,
so
good.
I should be fine.
Yeah, doing math while in speedruns is hard. What Kronos had to do was keep track of how many days it took to get to Kirkhart Wood, then basically travel somewhere else and travel back and get there on day 16 or day 17. Now the thing is, if you take too long, that courier is actually going to leave the palace. We're good, nice.
Nice.
That courier is actually going to leave the palace, and that soft locks the main quest. You cannot complete the main quest if that courier leaves and you take too long. It is actually very easy to soft lock Daggerfall's main quest.
Where is it? Oh, it's
there it is,
just
nice.
up, okay.
All right, yes, it's the palace in every town is different. This was, again, randomly generated, so Kronos had to look for it a bit there. And while we are traveling to the palace, this would be a great time for more donations, Muffin.
All right, sounds good. Well, we're
Actually,
going to
one
start
more.
off with a $250 donation from Razeth that says, watching SGDQ with my mom on my B-Day. Time well spent, donating to see Halo 3 get shredded by speedrunners. And indeed, we still have a bonus game incentive that has not been yet met. We have $25,000 that has been raised so far out of $77,777 that is required to be able to see Halo 3 be brought to the marathon. Do you want to see another game in the marathon, audience? Let's get there, Twitch chat.
Let's get that incentive. So we found the courier. What the courier said is that they delivered the letter to the queen and they don't know what the big deal is. Well, what actually happened is when the courier was dispatched, that was actually during the battle where King Lysander fell. And what happened was that the queen became the Queen Dowager and a new queen was put in charge. And so the courier delivered it to the new queen instead of the old one. And so a little bit of a mix-up there. But this new queen, she's kind of out for her own interests. And so not quite as good news for the Empire. Anyway, this is Mandamarco once again, who's going to give us the quest the zombie had. Now, Kronos is actually going to click on the King of Worms to talk to the king one more time, and that's actually going to sort of pre-turn in that quest. Now, what that quest was to kill a lich that is in a palace in Sentinel. Sentinel is actually a pretty big city, and you can kind of get, a bit nervous in there because it's like, where are my buildings? Well, they're just beyond the loading zone. Anyway, our quest is to kill a lich in the palace in Sentinel, and that lich is not just any lich. They used to be a member of the court, I believe, and they were killed, and they're now a lich, and so the King of Worms wants us to kill them. Now, they actually have some information about someone known as the Underking. The Underking used to be the battle mage of Tiber Septim, who we heard a donation from earlier somehow. And their heart was actually used to power a giant robot, which I will be talking about a bit later, but yes, there are giant robots in Elder Scrolls lore.
Also, what you saw right there is another way to get out of bounds. You just levitate into the ceiling while you're crouched. And for some reason, you just clip out of bounds if it's on a sloped surface.
Walls are just a suggestion in this game.
Yep. And so are ceilings. It is so easy to get out of bounds. All right, there we go. So Lich was killed. We got the information from the Underking. Or sorry, not the Underking. We got the information from the King of Worms about the Underking. Now, what would happen if you play Daggerfall casually is you would have a series of quests in order to get the location of a dungeon known as Dureni Tower. In Dureni Tower is a sorceress, I believe, known as Lady Medora. But because we are speedrunners, what we can do is we can actually head to this town and then do a giant buffer jump at a fairly precise angle, and that is just going to get us to that tower anyway, and we are going to discover it and can just warp right there. Now, Lady Medora used to be the court sorceress of Daggerfall, but she and King Lysander had a bit of a relationship, and Lady Minisera, who was the queen, she didn't really like that, and so she banished Lady Medora off to this tower.
Something I should explain right here. Right here, I just did a super buffer jump. So I did a buffer jump and then casted a slow fall. And what that does is it makes me move at buffer jump speeds very, very far distances. So right here, this is used to discover this quest location from very, very far away.
Yeah, Kronos is basically flying super fast across the island right now at jumping speed and not falling.
I would imagine you're looking up as like a lag reduction thing, or is that just...
Yeah, it's fastest to do that in terms of movement.
Yes, it does make you go faster. Now, we should be getting location any moment now.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
It is kind of finicky. There we go.
There it is. Nice. All right. There's Dureni Tower. Now, the first quest we have at Dureni Tower is to free Lady Medora. So she is going to send us off to a dungeon known as Shedungent in order to get that horn. What we are ultimately here for to talk to Lady Medora about is some dust that she can use to calm the spirit of King Lysander. Again, we are jumping into this dungeon, and then Kronos is just going to navigate out of bounds to Lady Medora. You can skip the whole dungeon. You can hear the monsters there. They want to attack us so badly. They can't.
Yep.
Dang.
And this is our quest location.
Yep. Kronos is going to anchor here so that we can teleport back later once we get the horn. Now, the location of the horn, as I said, is Shedungent. That is up in the other mountains there. Yep, there you go.
Yep.
That is also the home of... I'm totally blanking on her name right now.
Nulfaga?
Nulfaga, yes, that's right. Nulfaga is actually the mother of King Lysander, but she's a bit stricken with grief, so we're not going to talk to her right now. Instead, we're just going to grab the horn, which is in this direction.
Yep. I forgot what I was going to say. Whoops.
Well, here's the horn. We're going to teleport back. And so now that we've gotten the horn, Lady Medora is going to tell us that in order to calm the spirit of King Lysander, we need the Dust of Restful Death. She doesn't actually know where that dust is, though. What we need to do is we need to head to Orsinium, where the orcs are, and the head of the orcs, Gortwog, is going to tell us where we can get the dust. Now, Gortwog just so happens to have the letter as well that we were sent here by the Emperor to get. And so we are going to get it from Gortwog. Going to buffer jump on there. Kronos is going to land on the ceiling of this room instead of just being out of bounds. Weird collision thing. Oh.
That didn't work.
Yeah, try that again. Kronos does need to be out of bounds here because orcs are actually an enemy in this game, as you saw before. And there's an orc in here who's going to attack us, and we are very low level right now. There we go. And now let's see what the location is of the dust. It can randomly spawn in a dungeon.
Oh, no. It's okay.
That
is the worst dungeon to get because there are 5 different dungeons where you can get that spawn for the dust. But Greensley Hall has 4 random possible locations, while every single other one has 2.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to... Oh, I clicked the wrong button, and that is bad. Oh. I might have crashed the game. Oh. Oh no.
We'll see. But yes, so there are 5 dungeons where that dust can spawn, and there are 2 locations in each dungeon. Greensley Hall has 4, and yeah,
Yeah, it
all right. It
okay.
crashed.
You got this, Kronos.
All right, let's see.
Okay, so now I have to retype in all
Yes.
of these commands again. So yeah.
Well, we have a $117 donation from Double Helix that says, Kronos is the GOAT. Let's get that Halo 3 incentive met for the Halo Runs community.
How are we doing on Halo?
We're getting there. We're still just about $52,000 away, and we still have a lot of Skyrim Anthology left, as well as the BioShock 2 run, before we are going to be closing that incentive. So make sure to continue to bring those donations in chat, and all you have to do is type !donate within Twitch chat, and a nice convenient link will bring you there, and then just send it to that incentive.
Yep, do remember to apply that incentive to your donation on that donation page, since that won't apply automatically.
Oh, I just realized this save is about 5 minutes back. Oh,
boy.
I do
All right.
have this save though.
Okay,
It should be
let's do
the Dust of Restful Death save. Oh, it crashed.
Oh,
Okay. Maybe not that save.
Good time for another donation.
Yep, go ahead.
All right, excellent. Well, we have a returning dono. We have a $100 donation from the Fun Cannon that says,
Nice.
TFC here again, the werewolf was nice, so instead of my promise, I'm donating $100 instead. Best of luck with the rest of the run, Kronos.
Thanks, TFC.
Thanks so much, Fun Cannon.
Can I butt in really quick as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we get like some donations and a round of applause for musical Daredevil, who's been like the rap god this entire run so far? Your commentary is outstanding, dude. It's
Thank you so
good.
much, Bri.
It's so good.
Okay, I'm going to try to load this Dust of Restful save one more time. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to have to lose
5
a
minutes.
few minutes. Okay, it
Oh,
works.
okay. Oh, Greensley Hall again anyway. That's fun.
Yeah, so right here, I need to find a mummy.
A mummy, yes.
And they can spawn in some random locations. I believe I had it
Yeah,
in my notes.
That's one of them. Kronos has notes there. That's not uncommon. I use notes too when I'm doing this for runs because it's really easy to forget these locations even though there aren't that many of them. I think the fire room that you looked at was one of them.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to go
And then that
south.
that library room you looked at was another one. Don't forget levitate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I also have to be very careful with my movement because if you go out of bounds in the map, you will crash the
Another
game.
werewolf. Look to the right, I think, is where you want to go.
Yeah, I'm just very paranoid about the...
Yeah,
Yeah, I
definitely.
am very close to the...
Yep. Yeah, if you go outside, the game does crash, and we have already had plenty of crashes this time.
Okay, where is it?
Might be in 4 torch room above this one.
Yeah, I'll try that. It's east and up. Yeah, this is pretty much the worst dungeon you can get, so it is rough to find. So, is this it? This
Don't
doesn't
see it.
seem like
No,
it spawned
that's
in
annoying.
here.
Then there's the corner rooms, I believe, which are behind that one.
Northwest. I do hear mummies, or zombies,
Zombies,
that
yeah.
sound like enemies in this game have very similar sounds. Like for instance, werewolves and I think orcs or something sound similar. Something like that.
Yeah, you can get tripped up if you get an orc dungeon. I found the werewolf. Oh no, I didn't. It's an orc.
Yeah, and not only that, there's also were-boars, which look exactly the same as werewolves.
Were-boars.
So
I'm
that
lucky I've
is
not found those
also,
yet.
What a miserable existence it'd be to be a
I think there's a
were-boar.
corner room near here, maybe behind
Yeah,
you.
I swear it should be here.
Yeah, I think that was one of them. Yeah, that's an orc.
Yeah, don't mind me. This is pretty annoying to find.
Yep. Kronos was not kidding when he said Greensley Hall is the worst one. I guess this does make up for the werewolf quest. Well,
Yeah, this might take a little bit, but we have time. We got
Yep.
such a good werewolf that I can spend actually a lot of time
yeah.
looking for this.
there's
circle of
another corner room
marathons
there. No dice.
Unless I already did the...
Oh,
thing.
yeah, check your inventory.
Yeah, that could be a thing. Oh, I leveled up. Woo!
All right.
Okay,
Oh,
is it this?
no, it's not that one. That's, scroll down maybe?
Oh, I think I do.
Wait, what? Okay.
No.
All right,
Don't
still gotta
worry.
find it.
Okay, yeah. This is...
Would you want to Alt F11 to the start and maybe just try looking at those rooms again?
Yeah, that's probably easiest.
Yeah. Yes, this has happened before. Happened to me. We're just getting lost in Greensley Hall.
Okay. Yeah, so let me just wait here to heal.
CovertMuffin, you want to read some donations?
I would love to read some donations. And in fact, we are just over $51,000 away from matching that bonus game to unlock Halo 3. And I am so excited if we could hit that mark because Halo 3 is an incredible speed game. Starting off, we have $25 from Unread Spider that says...
Well, little net save again.
Yeah.
Really want to see that Halo 3 run. Shout out to the crowd, runners, announcers, and everyone behind the scenes.
So look at that gray room down there. Is it in there?
That's the mummy.
Nope.
Or not the mummy. Yeah.
Orc noises are fun.
Yeah. Give me some time here. This is rough.
Sure. Well, time indeed. We have $75 from Anonymous.
Oh, there it is. Go ahead, Covert.
Yeah. That says, question for the couch/runners. Who do you think should get the totem in Daggerfall?
I was gonna say I don't know this game.
Who should get the totem? Let's see. I vote Queen Albuquerque, personally. That's who I vote. Anyway, I will talk about what exactly that question meant later.
Okay. So, I think we are finally good
Yes.
with that quest. We're done with that quest. So that is pretty major. Also, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I should also make a good
Yes,
save here.
definitely.
This is a very important one.
All right, so we gave the Dust of Restful Death back to Lady Medora. Do you want to go back to Castle Daggerfall first? For the 30 days?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, yeah.
That is the one.
Yes.
I am out of order there by 1.
Yep, I'm looking out for you. All right, so yeah, it takes 30 or 29 days or something like that to get the Dust of Restful Death together. So Kronos is going to head back to Castle Daggerfall to tell Queen Minisera about the letter and the fact that Gortwalk has it. And also we're going to anchor here to warp back later. Now, what was in that letter? I mentioned before about a giant mech. So something known as the Totem of Tiber Septim has been found, and that is used to control the mech. Tiber Septim used that mech in order to take control of all the provinces of Tamriel and found the Empire. Now, that totem needs to be put into the right hands because you can imagine that someone who has control of a giant mech can get pretty powerful. And so we need to make sure that the totem is basically placed in the right hands, as I said before. So we're just going to anchor here at King Gothrid, who is currently the new king of Daggerfall once King Lysandus was killed in battle. Now back to Lady Medora at Durrani Tower to pick up the Dust of Restful Death, and then we can head to where Kronos was about to head in order to sprinkle the dust on King Lysandus' tomb.
Yeah, so right here, I make saves at Durrani Tower in particular because it is a very crash-heavy area. And one of the things that you see me do is buffer loading map for literally every other place. So that means that I don't spend extra time loading in like one area which I don't need to load. But for Durrani Tower, I have to wait for it, otherwise it will crash the game.
Yep.
So,
All right, so now we're going to head to Chester Brood twice. Also, safety saves before doing those kinds of jumps are good in general, just in case you fail one, because you can take fall damage if you're very high up. So now that we've done that, once again, we would need to do some quests to find the true location of the tomb of King Lysandus. There is a false location where everyone thinks Lysandus is buried, but we know that that's not correct. And so Kronos is going to do another super buffer jump in order to get there. This is not nearly as big or as precise as the one to Durrani Tower. It's also a lot shorter. Should be landing in a bit here. CovertMuffin, how about another donation?
Yeah, sounds great. We have $50 from Wahaga that says, loving the commentary on this Elder Scrolls Anthology run. Fantastic job by all. Now let's get that Halo 3 run unlocked. And indeed, we're continuing to make progress towards that, but we're also actually close to another mile marker. We are less than $10,000 away from hitting that $400,000 total raise for MSF.
Thank you all so much. I think you may have gone too far, Kronos.
Yeah, I think so as well. So I'm gonna reload that save because this is why I make a safety save here. Because it is kind of precise, even though
a little bit more east, I think.
More east?
This will work.
Yeah. Like even the smallest error can make you go very different in just the location, just because of how precise. Like, you're going very, very far with these.
There we go.
Yep.
So now we got the true location. Yeah, you are going very fast through the air, as Kronos said.
Yeah, and I believe, for instance, this game is literally the size of the UK in terms of just the map.
Wow.
So if you were trying to just walk the entire way, it's going to be that long. So have fun.
You kind of got a glimpse of how big this map is when Kronos was going to Durrani Tower. I believe this is the biggest map in any Elder Scrolls games, including Elder Scrolls Online.
I think it's the largest non-procedurally generated map.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Good
Something
point.
like that. But yeah, we're just making our way to the tomb, which is pretty low, so I have to just fly downwards. And yeah, I can't move faster than this.
Yeah.
So.
Moving up and down, not very fast when you have Levitate, at least the way we set it up with our spell buying. So anyway, Kronos is going to sprinkle the dust of restful death on King Lysander's tomb, and King Lysander's spirit comes alive and tells us that King Lysander wasn't just killed in battle. No, he was actually assassinated by Lord Woodburn of Wayrest. And so in order to get vengeance and to calm Lysander's spirit, we need to go kill Lord Woodburn ourselves. And so Kronos is going to go do that now. Oh, you do a jump in there.
Yeah, I do the Kung Fu clip there because it's easier for me. Because levitating through the ceiling, it can be finicky for me sometimes.
Also, it makes Alt F11 take you back there instead of right to the door. So I'm going to do that now. I learned a strat. Thanks, Kronos.
Yep, so right here, this is the knight we need to kill. So there we go. Very easy fight.
Yep. And now we have done both of the things the Emperor has sent us here to do. But we're not quite done yet, because as I mentioned, we have the outstanding issue of the Totem of Tiber Septim. See, while we were killing Lord Woodburn, the Blades were mounting an assault on Woodburn Manor, and what they discovered is that the totem was actually taken back to Castle Daggerfall by King Gothrid, and is currently sitting in his treasury.
Yep, so now I have to go to the correct place.
Yep. So someone who is helping us out with the Blades, Lady Briziana, she sent us a letter asking us to meet her in Wayrest in a random town, and she will give us the final quest to get the Totem of Tiber Septim. Now again, this is a random town. We have to talk to the townsfolk, and it looks like this one knew where Lady Briziana was, so that's good. Just gotta check on the map. This is a big town. These big towns can be really bad RNG for this final quest, especially if you have multiple taverns and the townsfolk just don't know where Lady Briziana is. I've lost PBs to this happening, but Kronos got some good luck there. Now, we can give the Totem of Tiber Septim to one of 6 NPCs, as was mentioned in that previous donation that CovertMuffin read. We can give it to Lady Briziana and basically give it to the Empire. We can give it to Queen Abuki, who is an NPC who we didn't meet actually in this. We can give it to Gothrid. We can give it to the King of Worms. We can give it to the Underking I talked about earlier. Who we are actually going to give it to is King Gothrid because he's the fastest to give it to.
Naturally.
Speed running. Now, the funny thing is we actually have to give it to King Gothrid even though it's in his treasury right here. I didn't know. That's just how this works.
Yep, so we're going to just clip through this ramp here, just like so. And then slowly clip through this thing. And hopefully I don't die here.
Yeah, you do hear enemies attacking you. Anyway, pick up the totem, and what the totem is going to tell us is that we, the random Blades agent who is sent here on this mission, are not worthy to carry the totem. We need to give it to one of those 6 NPCs who has the special Imperial Dragon Blood, and so we've given it to Gothrid. And now we have gotten a vision from Nufalga who says, come visit me at Shadunja because I found the second thing you need to control the totem of the giant mech of Tyra Septim, and that is the Mantellan Crux. The Mantellan Crux is located in a parallel dimension known as Aetherius. And so we need to go, actually it's the Mantella. The Mantellan Crux is the area in Aetherius where we need to go get the Mantella. Now, a fun fact, something else that is located in Aetherius is Sovngarde in Skyrim. So we will be traveling back here to Aetherius near the end of the Anthology run, just not to this area.
Yeah, and also here, this is the very last sequence of the game. I can die really easily right there. But that's unfortunate. He sniped me from a mile away, by the way.
That's happened to me too
very
many times.
Unfortunate.
Yes. This is the final dungeon of the game, and we are extremely under-leveled, so if we happen to get bad luck and an enemy snipes us, we die in one hit, basically. So this is definitely probably the second most nerve-wracking part of the run after Werewolf Quest.
I
think you need to go further in.
Yeah, I need to go further. This is... okay.
There we go. Yeah. This has happened before.
And it will happen again.
Yep. That's why we save here.
Yep. Just hope that we don't get sniped. You can see those fly at me. It is very scary.
Yep. Oh my. Sometimes I've found going to the outside helps, but it's not a guarantee. I've died after doing that too. You just gotta get lucky, do this as fast as you can, and we seem to be home free.
Yep.
Nice. So from here, it's basically just a straight shot out of bounds to the end. We will pick up the Mantella, and then we will be transported out of the Mantellan Crux and Aetherius, and then this run will end on the final dialogue box by Nufalga.
Yep, so just casually flying through out of bounds, as is Daggerfall. So time for Daggerfall is once Nufalga talks to me, I believe.
Yep, final dialogue box there.
And these next 2 games are going to be really short. They both can. You can basically skip straight to the end.
Yes. Don't blink during the next 2 games, or you're going to miss something.
And that's Daggerfall.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, very nicely done, Kronos. And indeed, to sort of celebrate this, we have $25 from Josh that says, more runs? More runs. Let's get Halo 3. A $5 train should help. Here's enough for me and 4 others to get on. All aboard. You know what, Josh? That's an excellent idea because we have just over $50,000 to go to be able to unlock that Halo 3 run after BioShock 2. And folks, we are also close to that $400,000 mark. So that being said, why don't we start that train once we hit the 1 hour and 10-minute mark. So get those $5 dono trains. Let's try and crash the donation site, chat. Let's go.
Well, maybe not that, but yeah, definitely get in on that $5 train for Halo bonus game.
Also, a program check.
Yep,
oh, yes.
I do have
okay, cool. Nice.
Cool.
Yep. Let's get straight to it. Morrowind, you want to play as a Redguard. They have Adrenaline Rush, which increases your speed, so we want to move faster. And then, if you've played this game, you may have noticed that there's this wizard who just falls from the sky right near the starting town, who carries these scrolls of Icarian flight. And what these do is just blast you away, and you fall to your death. So we're going to get those real quick, and that'll just blast us straight into the volcano, where we're supposed to go to get all the things we need to do to finish the game. Sunder, the hammer, Braveguard, the Infinity Gauntlet, you need to wield it, and Keening, the dagger. Is that right?
Actually, so we don't get the Infinity Gauntlet in any percent. We get that in all main quests.
Okay, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, we just switch back and forth between the dagger and the hammer, so that we don't take any damage from them and they don't kill us.
Yeah, so you can take damage if you're not fast enough, but it's kind of easy to actually be fast enough, which is great.
Yeah, and something you'll see right here, I am opening the menu. The game's still running in the background, but I'm pre-selecting my cursor over options that I want to use. So that just speeds up very small parts of the game, but it is cool tech.
And just like in Daggerfall, the way that you go around dungeons is it's very easy to go out of bounds in this game, and you can levitate in this game. So you just go out of bounds and levitate out of bounds to the exit.
Yeah, if you watch all main quests, that is most of the run.
Your papers, please.
Yep, so everything will go by very quickly here, so it's hard to comprehend what's going on right now.
There is so much stuff that goes on in this run. Kronos is about to buy some scrolls of teleportation here that we're going to use. He's going to sell off a limeware platter we stole from the Census and Excise office earlier.
Whoa, what?
Oh, weird movement there. And now we are going to head over to that mage that falls from the sky that Nuclear was talking about earlier.
And strafing here makes you move slightly faster, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the previous two games, you can strafe, and that is actually faster.
So right here.
Yep, right here. It's great every time.
That scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. Dude. I was not ready for that.
Right? It's just you happen upon this book, and it's like, what's this?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Yep.
Anyway, we are here at Narcalia of Whitehaven. We are going to buy a couple more potions of teleportation as well as one of levitate. There they are. This can get difficult to navigate.
Yeah.
Levitation potion is useful because we need to break our fall so that we don't die when we use this.
Yep. And now we're going to jump to the end of the game.
Yep.
Because we know how to use these scrolls.
Yep. So we're just using our flight scrolls here, and we're going to use one on landing so we don't die.
Yeah, fun fact, the jumping skill and the landing skill are both the same skill. So if you boost your landing skill, you can jump like that and it's fine. So here's the first of the two items that Nuclear mentioned, and Kronos is going to swap those back and forth. And you can look in the top left corner. Are you sure you've got auto hotkey running?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. Also, I'm going to make a save just in case. Because if I die, it is.
All right. And yes, we do allow stuff like that in this run as a community.
Also, don't mind the beeping. That's
Nonsense.
Yes.
What is this?
Yep, now we've flown to the second dungeon. This has Sunder on it. Now, a fun thing about the end of the game is that once we get Sunder, we go to the final boss. Now, what that final boss is doing is he's actually building a second mech basically in the image of the first, because the final boss wants to take over the world as well. That mech is actually powered by a different heart, not the heart of a battle mage, but the heart of a god, Lorcan. And so it's our job to stop this mech from being built.
Also, something that you might have missed is I did kill the guy with a lockpick, and that
Yep.
is a one-shot kill on any enemy, so...
Yeah, if you swap mid-animation from a weapon to a lockpick, the game doesn't quite know how to handle that damage value, and so it just kills everything.
Yeah. This guy was your friend in a past life, but now we're killing him.
Yep, now he is no more.
It just looks like you're using no clip right now. Like,
And that's
this is-
Morrowind.
Yep, that's
Wow.
Morrowind.
Wow, okay.
Very fast.
Wow, expertly done. And that being said, just a quick reminder to Twitch chat, in just about 3 minutes, we are going to be starting a $5 hype train. So if you have $5 in your pocket that you feel like putting to charity, make sure to put it towards that Halo 3 incentive.
Now, let's get started with Oblivion right away. There's two important glitches that we need to talk about. Are we ready?
We're getting there, but
We're
you
getting
can
there.
go
We're
ahead.
getting there. Yep.
Okay, so there's clipping out of bounds, which is definitely harder than it was in Daggerfall and Morrowind. You have to make a save pointed right towards the wall you want to clip out of, and then you have to load that save from a menu or from a different location, and then the wall takes a second to load in, and during that second, if you have enough speed, you can just clip through it. And that is the glitch that just allows us to skip the entire game.
It's great. Also, not that difficult of a speedrun to learn. I learned it as part of a 12-hour challenge. So you at home, you can watch this and learn it yourself.
I just submitted my first run of this game today.
Yeah, you were learning that in the practice room.
Yes.
Nice, good job.
Thanks.
Congrats on first run.
Oh, Oblivion is doing this thing again.
Oh,
So
I've seen Morrowind do that.
Yeah,
Not
so
Oblivion.
this is a fun glitch with Oblivion, and basically it's going to take a little bit to open up. I just have to wait here for a while, so hopefully it works out. It's like a minute. I'm sorry, production.
That's okay. Can
So,
I read a donation?
We got
during
donation
this?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. We have $50 from Captain Top Deck that says, I don't understand. This is Elder Scrolls, right? I don't see any teleporting horses. Let's get this Halo 3 incentive, chat. Let's go. Just 1 minute and 30 seconds before that $5 hype train is going to be leaving the station. So make sure to type !donate and get those $5 ready.
And we're playing as a Redguard. That gives us the adrenaline rush power, which increases our speed. And the other glitch that we need to talk about is load warping, because we're also going to be seeing this in Skyrim. What it does is if you go through a loading zone and you pause the game on the exact frame, or maybe there's like 2 or 3 frames of leeway.
Yeah, something like that.
That you go through the loading zone, and on the pause screen, you load another save. You become the character of the save that you loaded as you go through the loading zone. So it's almost like a teleportation glitch where you can teleport any character save to a loading zone that you've gotten to before. So right now, Kronos is just clipping through walls using the out of bounds glitch. And what's going to happen is as he just falls down to the bottom of the floor, the game's like, oh, you just fell out of bounds. So we're going to just warp you back up to wherever we think you should be. And that just allows him to skip all of these rooms and get through this annoyingly long tutorial very quickly. This is the hardest clip in the run.
Yeah, this might take a while.
Yes.
But it skips about a minute of walking, so...
It's almost frame perfect. I think this one has like maybe a frame or 2 window. And it's really difficult to get because not only do you have to get the quick load on the right frame, but then you also have to do some movement afterwards. And if you mess up that movement, then you have to restart the strat.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. That is really hard.
So here's that load warp that Nuclear was mentioned. Gonna press load and escape on the same thing. We're going to load in that save of Kronos sitting in the chair, and now we are here because of coordinates and other things.
Yep. This is very Oblivion.
And Kronos just used Adrenaline Rush to increase his speed, and now we are going to make another save on this duel to set up for another load warp that we'll use later.
Nope. That's not the save button. Here we go.
All right, the hype train is underway, and just like that, we are less than $50,000 away from meeting Halo 3.
Nice.
Gonna make a save right here for later. And now we are just about to use that save that we just made. Did that work? You can just go up and talk to the. You can just go up and talk to the guy, and it always works.
Maybe a little bit more time.
Yeah. For some reason, my controls didn't, or not controls. What is it? Gameplay? Subtitles?
Yeah, subtitles
Why
need to
weren't
be
they
on.
on?
Okay.
And yeah.
So they might have had the dialogue, we just didn't know.
Yeah. Okay, and now that this guy exists in the game, we can load warp, and then we can go back through the door and quick save, quick load to skip a bunch of things that are going to happen, and when we go back, a bunch of things will have happened, so we can continue the story. That's kind of how these games tend to work.
Yep, so it basically progressed a lot of stuff here. I
can't believe that missed.
I miss that all the time.
What?
Even when I thought,
Did that not hit?
You need to turn down your difficulty.
That's a thing as well.
Good catch.
I mean, it's too late now. It's fine. That's the only enemy we kill. Now I have to push this guy against the wall.
Otherwise, that will mess up a clip out of bounds we have to do. Or, well, not quite a clip, but stuff around the clip.
We're taking the Steed Stone because that gives us more speed. Speed running.
Speed running.
Okay, so now we're going to do another set of load warps with this new save. And you'll see me get it when you hear the door open sound and I'm stuck in the menu, just like that. And that allows me just to teleport my save.
At this point, sometimes Boris will just annoy you and just try to give you this torch, like his favorite torch. He just loves for you to have that torch.
That's like a time waste whenever Boris tries to do that. I like to refer to that sequence that just happened as the door sequence, and you can see why.
This clip's also pretty hard.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just that the clip is hard, but once you go through, it's hard to get the distance you need so that the game upwards you to where you need to be. Yeah. And I think Kronos just got it.
I think
yes.
Yep.
Nice.
That's wow.
Yeah, in the past, you had to do an entire escort sequence, and given speedrunning escort missions, you know how that goes. And yeah, we're going to do one more clip here, and hopefully get onto the sewer grate.
And remember that save on that stool we made way back? That's the one we're loading. And we're going to get those coordinates, and now we're underwater, out of bounds, and if we just move in this direction, then we get to the end of the sewers.
Wow. We're out of the sewers now.
And now we can just fast travel to the end of the game.
Yes.
So there's this whole separate, essentially Imperial City that spawns at the very end of the game, and there are these objects in the Imperial City that they just try to hide in the old Imperial City so that you can't access them, but by clipping out of bounds, Kronos can get to this door that he's not supposed to be able to access until the end of the game, and it just takes him straight to the end of the game.
Yep, there's a door to the end of the game hidden behind that door. It's just there.
And it's mostly underground for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, this clip is pure RNG, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. Generally, it's pretty consistent. I'm not sure why I'm not getting it here. It sometimes happens.
Yeah, sometimes the game or the PC or the hardware or whatever just decides that you're going to have to look at a slightly different spot than you did last time. It's like Colonel said, RNG.
This is probably the most unlucky I've ever gotten at this door clip.
I've had this happen a few times where it's just you cannot find the spot the game wants you to look at to be able to clip through there.
Yeah. Come on, game. You can do it.
You can do it. I believe in you, game.
Well, the $5 donation train is still going, and we're less than $49,000 away from hitting Halo 3.
Nice.
Nice.
I think we did a little bit too much gloating about the werewolf earlier.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
And now the Oblivion Crisis is happening.
Just in case it wasn't happening before.
Yep, and all we have to do now is just wait for Martin.
Now Martin Septim is just going to rush his way here, all the way from Kvatch, and realize that the game is ending, and he has to transform into the Akatosh dragon to kill Mehrunes Dagon.
Just like we flew across Morrowind and the Isle of Balfir and Daggerfall, Martin Septim is flying across from Kvatch.
Is that actually why you have to wait for him? Like,
yes.
Yep.
Wow.
He's got to run.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And that is Oblivion.
That is Oblivion.
Yep.
Incredible stuff. Well done, Kronos. And that being said, so many donations coming in. Thank you so much, Twitch chat. We are just less than $7,000 from hitting $400,000 total raise and $49,000 away from hitting that donation incentive. Keep going, Twitch chat. Woo!
Yeah.
We have $5 from Gemma that says choo choo. $25 from Dishonest Abe, 5 times choo choo. $25 from Anonymous, 5 tickets for the train to get more GDQ. Let's go, chat.
I believe in you, chat. We can do it.
Yeah, so Skyrim, we have to load a starting save. The intro is just too long. We're not going to make you sit through all of that. This save is right when we gain control of our character, and immediately, you probably didn't even notice it, Kronos did a glitch called Infinite Sprint, where if you start sprinting, make a quick save, immediately stop sprinting and make a quick load, you get stuck in this infinite sprint animation where you don't even drain stamina while sprinting, and you can jump while sprinting and retain your speed. And this is just really useful for getting way through the game. And now, load warps are also a thing in Skyrim, and he's going to use this to get straight through this first dungeon. He's going to make his hard save right at the exit of the first dungeon, and then you might have seen earlier he made a quick save there, so now he's going into the dungeon, And to skip this first quest, you just have to exit the dungeon while your hands are unbound. So now he's going to get his hands unbound by Hadvar, and that front entrance is locked now. He can't go back through that, but thankfully he made that quick save, or that hard save, at the exit of the dungeon, and he's going to use that with the loading zone at the end of the dungeon. It takes a couple tries.
Yeah, it is pretty precise. It's
going
not
to do-
really frame perfect, but it is basically like close enough.
Yes.
And that's the first quest, pretty much.
We are unbound.
I think I've had load opening explained to me, probably a dozen times.
Yeah.
I don't even. Yeah, it's like a lot of menus to me, and then things happen. So it's so incomprehensible to me.
Don't worry about it. We're here now.
Pretty much.
And now we're getting to horse tilting. So horse tilting, weird things happen when you go through the animation of dismounting a horse, especially when you're at a very steep angle, because the game tries to place you on the ground directly below you, but some weird vector math happens when you're actually facing towards the ground, so that the game tries to actually push you forwards. And if it pushes you forwards while you're supposed to be going towards the ground, the game kind of freaks out and starts trying to push you forwards faster and faster, and your speed just keeps building up. And this in itself isn't useful, but it's more useful when it's combined with the fact that your movement speed transfers through third-person saves. So when you load a save made in third person, which Kronos is about to make right now, and you're moving very fast, your speed is transferred through that. And now when Kronos loads back that save, he's going to gain full control of his character. So right now we're going to use this ledge to make Kronos' horse just tilt at almost a 90-degree angle, and as soon as he dismounts it, he goes flying.
This has got to be one of the most iconic tricks in all of speedrunning, honestly.
That's a very fast tilt there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you got that fast travel point.
Yeah, I
it's-
know.
Get the high rough
get
car.
Yeah, it's
Trying
the
to
option
get back.
speed there to get control. These are very difficult to control.
Okay,
in case
that's
you
the
can
fast
tell.
travel point. He's going to do fast travel
Oh, you're
later.
going to Dawnstar.
Yeah, Dawnstar. That's
Okay,
where
I'm
the
going
canning
to
drag
try
is.
my best here.
Now
Oh,
he's going to
This
do.
is pretty far away, but
Yeah.
I can just
It'll
run.
work. It's fine.
He's going to do another version of horse tilting now called ghost tilting, where he abuses the invincibility and no falling animation that he gets from using a crafting station like a tanning rack. Uses loads to combine that with the speed for the horse tilt. And now he's just flying across the map, but this time in like a ghost state where he doesn't have collision and doesn't fall. So that's just useful for just discovering every location that we need to fast travel to later.
So we have a quick glitch here called vendor glitch, where if you basically click and drag your name or part of your inventory to a merchant's inventory and press E, you can sell their inventory back to them and get a bunch of gold. You can
And
try that at home.
that'll be useful for marrying Mercurial later and then just not attending our wedding.
We're getting married?
Oh yeah, we're good. Well,
We're going to try to marry.
Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna make an attempt to get married.
Okay, let's hope this is enough speed. I don't know if it's enough. It might barely be. It's
I think
too
okay.
it's too little.
Anyway, you may have caught a glimpse of Winterhold, not nearly as splendid as it was back in Arena due to a rather unfortunate event that happened. Giant tsunami knocked a bunch of it into the sea. Now it's maybe like half the town it was.
Yep. So once again, just have to discover a couple locations. This is like the same speed.
Yeah, it's too little.
It's really difficult to get the speed you want in this for the horse tilt because you have less than like milliseconds basically to determine
Yes.
how fast you're going. Like that one was quite a bit slow.
Also, this tilt is kind of prone to crashing the game.
Ooh,
hopefully
this
that won't
might be a bit fast.
That might work.
This is good. I just have to be careful. Also, I do have a quest bug going on right now where I don't get updates on whether or not I discovered a location, which is very annoying.
Yeah.
So basically, I don't know whether or not I have a quest update But yeah, okay, this is fine. I have to just walk back a bit now. Yep.
In case you're wondering, that's the Thalmor Embassy.
Oh,
We're here.
Yeah, so once I do a quick save and quick load, I just teleport up. Okay. This
Position might be off.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
So that should work. And
Yep,
now
we're
I
good.
just enter in. Also, why did that happen? Why did I go
That was
third
weird.
person? I didn't even press the third person button. Yeah, things are...
And now we just skipped half of the
Yep.
game.
okay.
So we just picked up the Esbern dossier, and we're just going to head out of here.
And now we can just find Esbern and continue the main quest from there. No need to get the Dragonstone, kill Myrmilier and Saliknir.
Oh, I guess
No
we're
need to do
going to
any
do
of
this
that.
first.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, so we're going to steal the Elder Scroll. This is generally a very late into the run quest. Also, this is a 50-50.
Yep.
Okay, just under that RNG, but it's fine.
Yeah. You can quick save and then just keep attempting that. Even though it's RNG, not too bad.
Okay, so now I do another tilt, and this one is very difficult as well because I need to land in a very small river. And if you don't land in the river, that's not good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this
Oh, yeah,
one
this
small
is
river
so
I have
hard.
to land in. Okay,
Yeah,
there we
okay.
go.
I think you got it. Nice.
Yes.
All right.
And that's not it. That's not it. I have to.
Oh, you're
be
going-
able
oh, you're going
go
to,
all the way. Okay, this is good.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I didn't know you were going here next.
Yep. And so now we're just going to grab the Elder Scroll.
Normally, you're supposed to go through like a couple minutes of dungeon to get through here, but we can just kind of clip our way through. There are a lot of other ways to get through this.
Yeah, there we go. This clip is also RNG. Didn't take too long, but sometimes you can just be there for minutes just trying to get in.
Yep. And so now we're just going to hit some buttons to grab this Elder Scroll. So I think it's perfect for donations now.
All right, fantastic. And we are just about $48,000 away from matching that Halo 3 bonus game incentive. So look down below the game screen, be able to click that button and send in a donation, and make sure to put Halo 3 to be unlocked for that incentive that you're to put the $5 towards. And we have so many donations that came in. $5 from Rainstorm V2 with Halo 3 donation train. Indeed. Choo Choo as well with $5 donation train for Halo 3. Yes, chef. Heck yeah. $50 from Small Man. I'll take 1 ticket for me and 9 tickets for my friends who may not be able to donate right now. Choo choo. Thank you so much, everybody. There's so many donations here, all trying to make that Halo 3 happen. Let's go, chat. Woo! Woo!
So happy we could punch a guard.
Yep, so right there we did a guard warp. That is just punching a guard, letting them take us to basically the capital where we want to discover later. And now here we are going to do another ghost tilt. I believe this is the last big one of the run, so let's hope this one goes well.
Yeah, so this is one we're at to Karthspire.
Yep, that was way too fast though.
Yeah. What makes this one hard is that a lot of stuff tends to load around the Karthspire, and so you can be just like moving great, and then suddenly you're like a million miles away because the game loaded suddenly.
Yep, and not only that, this one you have to discover, I believe, 4 locations
Yes.
in one tilt. And the last thing you have to do is an up warp to the throat of the world, which is very, very precise. So let's hope this is good.
Yeah, I mess up that upwarp all the time. It's really hard.
Yep, so that's one location. Now I
one
have
is
to
right.
go this way. Okay,
There's the stables,
next
Whiterun.
one. Have to get this one.
Riverwood.
And now I have to go to the throat of the world. Also, your keys always get eaten here, so you have to be careful.
Yep.
And if I line it up correctly, nope, that was not it. So I have to quit to the menu. It is very precise.
And why the quit to menu versus just like loading a save here?
Yeah, so if you try to load a save directly, it'll keep you in the upward spot.
Gotcha.
But if you quit to the main menu, you start down here again, and that allows you to re-attempt it. So just like that, I discovered
Perfect.
Rodent's World, and that is the hardest tilt for me, so I am
Nice.
happy that
Good
that
job,
went well. Okay, and then we have another small tilt here. This one's just going to Karspire because we need to discover it for later. Oh.
I still have yet to successfully do this tilt.
Yeah, all of these tilts, they're pretty difficult.
Yep.
It's easy enough to do a tilt. You could try it at home. I did do a guide which was on the GDQ Twitter. So if you check that out, it basically gives you a 1-minute tutorial on how to do the trick.
Yeah. Horse tilts in general, just making the trick work easy. Actually getting to where you need to go with the horse tilt without getting killed or crashing the game, a lot more difficult.
Yep. So right here, we're just doing some parkour. And this is going all the way
Nice.
to the top, skipping all the puzzles, and we're discovering Skyhaven Temple.
Kronos made that parkour look easy. That bush that Kronos jumped on, that is the bane of my existence because I miss that every time.
It's possible to just tilt your way straight through that, just shimmying off of these polygons and just getting your way up there. It's really hard. I think I've seen Kronos do it a couple times.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do in this game. A lot of them are very difficult. And yeah, we're just making our way to Riften, and we skipped a lot of the main quest here, so now we're starting to find Esbern, which is like a quest that is a bit over halfway through the main quest line. So right here, we're just going to make our way through the Rat Way and just keep running down.
That's a jump that can sometimes fail on you, and it's like, oh dear.
Yeah. Okay, I think we have time for some donations now. This is just making our way to Esbern and then talking to him, so yeah.
Excellent. Let's kick it off with a $5 donation from Zephreich that says, "Hey Kronos, nice run. Big praise from the Halo Runs community. We should bring Halo Reach co-op to AGDQ next with the boys."
Let's go.
We also have $50 from Soaring Trumpet that says, "Let's get that Halo 3 run going, chef." Indeed, and we are just about $47,000 away from making that incentive. And even cooler is that we're only $5,000 away from $400,000 total raised here Tuesday at Summer Games Done Quick. That's incredible. Let's get there, Twitch chat. Keep those donations coming. Time for another.
Esbern takes a long time to open this door.
Well, we have $100 from Iceborne Queen while we wait that says, "Let's meet that Halo incentive," and $5 from Biscotti that says, "Come on, chat, let's finish the fight."
Yep, so right here, we're just going to go through all of Esbern's dialogue right here, and then we're going to load warp out just to teleport. So right here, we're just going to go through all his dialogue, so he's now following me, and now we just load our load warp save.
And that's going to warp Esbern and us to the cave outside Helgen, where we set that up before.
Yep, and once again, very precise trick. There we go.
It's interesting how you do this little flick movement when you load warp. I've never seen that.
Yeah. I mean, it also depends because there's a lot of places where you can be to start your load warp, so you have to kind of time your presses to the just everything around it. So yeah.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
Yes, someone did
dragon?
saw a dragon.
What? In this game?
Okay, so right here, we're just doing this quest with Esbern and Delphine. Hopefully we don't get thugs or anything else here. Okay, looks like we got good RNG. Let's go.
Nice. There we go.
I had that happen to me once. It was like, oh no.
I didn't duplicate that bucket, by the way.
That bucket's going to come in handy in a little bit. As well as the clones Kronos just made of it.
Oh yeah, you can very easily duplicate things in this game. Just gotta lag the game with the quick save key and then just mash the activate button to just pick up a bunch of copies of it.
Are y'all playing on a down patch version or is this current?
No, this is current.
Wow, okay.
Yep, so I think we're doing pretty well today in terms of estimate. Yeah, it's still another 30 minutes, so let's get married because we have all this time. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go over here, say hi. I want to learn about marriage.
Because we don't know about marriage, and so this person's going to tell us about it.
Ooh, I could have a wedding here?
At the
That's
temple?
cool. Oh, I just need this amulet. Okay. Who's a good person to marry? How about you on the bench? Here's a bunch of money. Okay, so yeah, let's go get married and we'll have it tomorrow, sure. Okay. So now we'll set up our wedding. Okay, I'm getting blocked. Hello.
You may have noticed Brynjolf. Brynjolf really wants to talk to us, but we don't want to talk to Brynjolf because that wastes time.
Yeah, I want to get married. I don't care about any random coin job thing. Okay, so now here, let's continue on with the main quest. I mean, our marriage is tomorrow. Okay. This
Is Skyhaven Temple okay? Okay.
this isn't supposed to happen. Game is bugging. Okay, it's
All right.
that's scared. Just new things every time in Skyrim when you play. So
Has that happened before?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
Okay, I had to check.
it never happened to me until I came here. So
Okay, there you go.
That's
I have not
something.
seen it happen. So Kronos picked up Dragonbane, I believe?
Yep.
Yep. And then we're just going to skip through all this dialogue here where we learn about Alduin's Wall.
Should mention that he duplicated Dragonbane because 2 weapons are better than 1.
Yep. Especially 2 Dragonbanes.
Yeah.
Yep. So as you can see, I got 4 actually. Very
Oh, that's excellent.
So I guess
Quad wield.
if I can ask, why did we get married? Like, what's the
You'll
purpose?
see.
You'll see.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
we'll
right,
see,
okay,
yes.
all right.
Okay, so
You gave me such a sly look when you said that. I can't, all right.
yeah, so he's still following us. We're
Yeah.
gonna get married.
Actually, I think he may have left for the temple already
Oh.
by this point.
Okay. I mean, I'll be there
Yeah.
early. Oh, there's
So we're
the
now
bucket.
we're now going to use this bucket to clip into not Skyhaven Temple.
Hi, Hrothgar.
High Hrothgar, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so because we didn't do some of the earlier quests in the game, the front door is locked, but the back entrance for some reason is just unlocked, so we just go through there and everything works just fine.
It's possible to just climb up to the back door and just go in normally. And you'll just talk to the Greybeards and they'll just be like, hey, this is Rai Hrothgar, you can just visit us here. You can just chill around there.
Yep, so now we're going to go and meet everyone's favorite dragon, Parthenax. So right
Certainly
here.
my favorite dragon.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Okay, there we go.
You all bid 50 grand to save Parthenax in my GDQ run 2 years ago.
That was the right choice, by the way.
Yes.
Okay, so now we are going to have some fun learning clear skies. I'm not forgetting anything, am I?
I think you're good.
Yeah. No marriage or anything that's important to attend, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
certainly. Nah.
Okay. Come on.
Come on, Argyr.
There we go.
Teach us. There we go.
So yeah, let's go talk to Parthenax. Oh, we'll get him fly down from the sky. There he
There
is.
he comes.
Okay, so now would probably be a perfect time for donations. This is an entire cutscene of just learning fire breath.
Fantastic. Well, we have a lot of donations coming in. We have $25 from Ren that says, I used to take arrows to the knees, but then I received life-saving medical care from MSF.
Nice.
Wait, is that not how that goes? Indeed, thank you so much for the donation. We also have $15 from Lemon Cake Song that says, so glad it's time for another SGDQ. Let's get that Halo 3 run. And indeed, those donations have continued to come in. Thank you so much. We are less than $47,000 from being able to hit that. That is incredible. Thank you so much.
I forgot how to cast the spell.
there we go.
My brain just died on me. Okay.
I think you can be forgiven for forgetting little things when you're speedrunning 4
Yeah.
games in a row, back to back, at a marathon.
Yeah. And yeah, we're just going through more dialogue here. He's going to tell us all about philosophy. That, we just want to learn Dragon Rend.
We didn't come here to debate philosophy with you.
Okay, so yeah, we have the Elder Scroll with me already, so
I think we might be forgetting something.
I don't think so.
Really?
Are you sure?
Let's have fun. Let's read
let's do the Elder
this
Scroll.
thing.
Who is that guy? Marcus?
What are you talking about?
Marcel?
Marcel Michel.
Maybe? I don't remember anything about Mar whatever.
You know that guy we met in Riften? We just gave him a bunch of money.
Oh, you mean that priest of Mara?
Oh, I think
No,
we
no.
failed the marriage, guys.
Wait,
There might
what?
have been
Okay, but yeah, that is... Now we can just move in this cutscene, because what happens is when you fail the marriage, you're able to get control within the cutscene. And yeah, so
Why?
now I am able to just move around within this cutscene where you're normally not able to do anything, and yeah, just progress it.
Why? We don't know.
Oh shoot. Hopefully this doesn't bug out, but yeah, I chose Whiterun, and then now I chose Windhelm, so hopefully...
Let's see where we go.
Karis drivers can be really buggy. They can just crash the game if you
Yeah.
select 2 different locations. It's so annoying.
That is not good.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll just try this again. Hopefully it doesn't do anything bad.
Yeah, sometimes I've had cutscenes just hang for a bit where my character sits in the carriage and just nothing happens, and then they jump out, and then the carriage goes wherever it's supposed to go. It's weird.
But yeah, to explain the marriage glitch, what happens is when you're getting married, you get stuck in an animation, like during the marriage ceremony. So what happens is when you finish marriage, either by completing it or by failing the marriage, you get control of your character back again. So by overlapping the 2 within the cutscene, you're able to just use the controls to just go back.
So is this entire cutscene just playing out while we're doing it?
Yes.
Maybe this is... Wow.
Yeah, while we were out getting horses and going to various towns, this entire cutscene has just been playing out. And we have come back here in the middle of it.
And this cutscene used to be like a huge pain point in
Yep.
this run, right?
It's like
this was,
5 minutes.
Like unskippable for a long period of time. Right.
Yep, so now we just wait here, and then we're going to continue to speed it up. We wait here just to make sure we don't soft lock the game. So we travel away, travel back, and we're going to speed up this cutscene a little bit more. We're going to help out some people here.
Help
Got
out?
2 dragon veins. We might as well use
well,
them.
Yeah, okay. I knew.
Help them get to Sovngarde.
Here we go. Yeah, we're helping, really.
This is a great preview for the Halo 3 run later. Where you're just,
Okay, and now we're just going to go back to Balgriff, who still exists way in the past for some reason within this cutscene.
How many thousands of years ago have we gone backwards?
A few thousand, It's nothing. People
It's a
live
good
that
question.
long.
By the way, the timing on this is really tight. I have gotten this strat all of one time.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now this is the hardest fight in the run, so I am going to equip my stuff very quickly and pre-fire. Nice.
Remember, we're level 1, so...
Yep. And here we are fighting Alduin.
Okay.
Yep, so this is the first Alduin fight. We have to be very careful here, and we're doing a glitch called the power attack glitch. So you'll notice that I'm doing power attacks without using stamina, and that's just by canceling our power attack with another power attack. So yeah, it is pretty weird on the timing, but yeah, that's how it works.
It's weird on the timing, but it's not that hard. You can do it at home if you want. There is a tutorial on YouTube, I believe.
Are you worried at all about your health here? Or are you just kind of...
Yeah, you can be very worried for it. If you do it
usually am.
correctly, it should be fine. But if you're learning the run, it is very difficult to do that section. So yeah, that's really nice that worked out just perfectly.
Yep. I oftentimes have to heal in the middle of my Eldwin 1 fight just because I'm not nearly as good as Kronos is.
Yep, so now here we're just making our way, and we have to set up a peace council, everyone's favorite part of Skyrim runs. So right here, we just have to talk to a bunch of people for a while.
Because we didn't do these quests earlier, and now the game wants us to do them, but we're just going to ignore that.
Yeah, so basically we have to set up a peace council between the Stormcloaks and Imperials, yeah. And yeah, the only way to do that is to go to the Greybeards and just set up everything. So yeah, just travel to every person that's important in the game, and yeah.
I have actually forgotten to go back to the Greybeards after talking to Jarl Balgrove about the Peace Council, and suddenly like, why is General Tullius not giving me the prompt? Oh, dang it.
Yeah, don't mind me here. I am waiting until 7 a.m. This is a very minor thing. But
Is that positioning for Arngeir?
Yeah, it lets Arngeir be outside so I don't have to go through another load zone. And there he is. He should be just sitting right outside here. And he's not talking to me. Why aren't you talking to me?
Hello?
Hello?
I am pressing the E button and he's not talking to me.
E.
Okay. Hello. That makes sense. Okay.
You misunderstand, Gareth.
Yep, so now we are heading to Solitude. We are going to hit this guard and let us go here. And I am going to do a quick save here, so hopefully I don't crash the game. This has a 50% chance of crashing. Okay, it
right.
It didn't crash. We're good.
I have crashed there before as well.
It's pretty impressive. I know like Skyrim gets memed a lot, but it's pretty impressive that it's holding together through... I mean,
all of
it has
this.
not crashed once.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
We have witnessed some wild stuff.
Yeah, so something in particular, the better you get at Skyrim, the more you realize where the crash spots are and what can happen and why they're caused. So if you can mitigate every single one of those, and you'll crash a lot less. But even then, there are just some crashes where you can't avoid them. So, yeah. So once we talk to Ulfric here, we're going to have probably a nice time for donations because it is a long council meeting.
No marriages to save you from this one?
We could do a marriage glitch. I don't feel like doing it because it is like I'm not practiced.
Don't worry.
But yeah, there is a marriage glitch which you can do. It is faster RTA-wise as well, but it's pretty similar, just in speed overall.
I was joking, but that's kind of funny.
But yeah, basically you just get control back of your character and then you're just going outside and just waiting and then coming back in, just going through doors. Yeah. So right here, you just wait.
I feel like your spawn distance settings are like really low right now.
Yeah, things are weird in my game right now. I don't know why.
I thought this was just normal.
But yeah, perfect time for donations. I'm just going through a bunch of dialogue.
Well, amazing, because guess what? We are just $36,000 away from hitting Halo 3 with a $10,000 donation from the Yeti.
There it is.
Yes.
They say, hey all, Chef Yeti here. When Yeti was a little Yeti, they would spend many a summer eve playing Halo 3, working with Master Chef, Chief. We heard there's a possible Halo 3 bonus run coming up, and well, we need to see Halo 3, but like 100 times faster than we've ever seen it before. Please put this donation towards making that happen. If we all band together, we can make this happen. Thanks, Chef. Thank you, the Yeti, for both sponsoring Summer Games Done Quick and with that giant donation. Thank you so much.
Shout out to the Yeti. They make
to the
great
Yeti.
shirts. I'm wearing one.
Okay, something very fun here very soon is there is one line of dialogue. There's a few lines of dialogue you can't skip. One of them is very interesting, just perfect for this part. Because basically, we're going through all this dialogue, things are happening. Let's see, come on. You can say the line soon. There's a lot of dialogue here,
Yeah.
as you can see.
Sometimes I even have notes up for this just to remember where to wait, where to quick save, quick load, where other things happen.
Yeah, so right here, Talia says, this is a waste of time, just like this.
So true.
It is such a waste of time, just like that one line of dialogue. So, yeah, you can't skip that line. There's two more lines you can't skip, but yeah, that one in particular is just so funny to me.
May I ask why why you are being repeatedly told to press E to open containers?
It's UI glitch. This game has a lot of UI glitches. For instance, one of them was like going on the entire run where I'm not getting quest updates, and that does make it a lot harder to run. I just need to be like on top of knowing my locations and everything. So yeah.
I can't imagine myself trying to do a run where I don't get quest location updates.
Yeah, and the only way to fix it is by restarting your game, so that is not fun. And this is another unskippable line. And we're just keeping going. We're almost there.
You have time for another donation?
Yep.
Oh, heck yeah, because so many people are coming with the donations. This is incredible. We're less than 36,000 away, and we have $10 from Molten Mermaid that says, let's extend SGDQ by donating for Halo Chef. Also, $25 from JPJ007 that says, gotta see that Halo 3 legendary run. And then indeed, chat, this is not on the easiest difficulty. In fact, this is going to be on the hardest difficulty that Halo 3 has to offer. And it is an incredible speed run. We have to get there. Let's go, chat.
Halo 3 is absolutely like one of the more slept on, I think, speed games. And sometimes it gets overshadowed by 2. Y'all are gonna wanna see this one. It is...
Yeah, I also highly agree.
Yeah.
I've ran Halo 3.
I've ran Halo 3 as
Yeah,
well.
so
It's no bias.
very
no bias.
solid run.
Yeah, it's super
No bias
good.
here.
And you're going to be commentating on that if that gets met, right,
Yep,
Brian?
Both
am.
Kronos and
I
Naomi,
am.
yeah.
Kronos, oh, epic.
So, yeah. Okay, so now we are talking to Esbern. He's going to tell us the name of the dragon that we can lure, and we're going to head to the final sequence of the game. So that would be another 5 minutes. Also, I didn't go through all this dialogue here. Whoops. So I have to do that again. But yeah, very close to the end. There we go. So now here, we're just making our way to Dragon's Reach, where we're going to trap Odaving, our dragon friend here. And yeah. Okay. So he's sitting at the table having food.
Sometimes if you get bad timing, he can be asleep or something. That's
Yeah.
rather annoying.
Oh shoot, I think I have to redo that. Oh, have to wait longer. Okay.
Yeah,
There
that's
we go.
it.
So now we're going to pre-fire Odaving here with a Dragon Rend by doing a wait at this door, and then by holding the shout button as we enter through. And that just instantly
Yep.
hits that.
I love that.
See if he does any funny business. Oh,
Oh,
he went through the ceiling.
All right.
Okay.
oh, and
That's what
That's normal.
Okay. Very cool.
Is that the guy that's supposed to be flung off the ledge? And he's still
Yep.
just glued to the
He's
glued
just
to the
glued
wall
to the
instead.
ceiling. Yep. Okay, so now a very scary dragon is chasing me. I think
We're just gonna go
it's
inside.
fine. Yeah, they can do deal with it. Yeah, so now they're going to do all our job for us. There we go.
Nice.
Thanks for doing it. So now we are going to the final part. Once we fly on the thing here, just a lot of dialogue. Oh, I didn't. I'm exiting a tiny bit too early each time.
Yeah, that's really easy to do when you're going fast with dialogue.
There we go. Oh, why are you talking to me again? I just finished your dialogue. Okay, so now we're going to release him ourselves. Use the pull chain. Hopefully a courier doesn't talk to us because that wastes time.
Yeah, there's one that's really trying
Oh, he's
to talk.
trying
Oh,
to.
he's
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
Oh,
It's actually
my-
very funny.
Okay, I avoided
Okay.
it. I
Oh, okay.
avoided it. Let's go.
That must be a really important message.
Yes.
I think it's like a letter from a friend telling you about a dungeon or something. I did actually look at it once. Yeah.
So right here, we're coming up on our last few horse tilts of the run. So this one is going to skip all of this big dungeon here by just
CovertMuffin.
flying up. So we're going to try to make our way up high enough so that we fall here. Okay, this should work.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Ooh,
Yep,
Okay.
all right.
We're perfect.
That's one of the harder tilts to do in this run because it's really easy to accidentally get too far out of bounds or to end up behind an invisible wall or not get high enough. Kronos made it look easy.
I think I know what that message said. You probably open it up and it reads, "Chat, you must donate $77,777 to get Halo 3."
That's what that courier was trying to tell us.
It's an important message.
All right, everyone, obey that courier. Get us that Halo 3 bonus game.
Yeah, well, we're getting close. We're just $25,000 away. We just closed
Wow.
10,000 like nothing.
That was a huge climb.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, chat.
Last horse tilt. We're just
No,
gonna go.
this is second to last because I
true.
do another one.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that last one.
Yeah, so right here, that wasn't the best, but it works out.
Yeah.
This is faster than what it was so far. Okay.
I like to take what I can get with that tilt.
Yep, so right here, we're going to have a battle here with Soon. Hopefully he doesn't one-shot me.
We're still level 1.
Okay, he's scary. But yeah, here's the last tilt of the run.
Oh, this one. Okay.
And yeah, it saves like 5 seconds if you do it properly, so let's hope I can.
Does it save time RTA?
Yep,
Okay.
it is just a lot of fun to do either way. So yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
I pressed the wrong key.
Okay.
Okay, might be losing time to that now, but
It looks great.
It
looks
looks
yes. Worth it.
Oh, Yuskrim was talking to me. That's fun. I'm stuck in the corner.
Welcome, hero. You seem to be going very fast.
Yes. They really are the Dragon Ball.
Okay, and yeah, we are at the last sequence of the game, and yeah, this is pretty much just standard Skyrim gameplay from here. So, since we're coming up to the end of the run, and I do know that we are behind on schedule by a lot, I am going to start giving my shout-outs here, since I have a lot. So, once again, shout-outs to, like, my couch, the host, everyone involved here today. I am very happy to do this run. In terms of members for the Elder Scrolls community, would like to give shout-outs to QSHV for Arena, Adi and Karsto for Daggerfall, Volvulus for Morrowind, Sandy, Moroku, Elongated Musket Gun, and Desmond for Oblivion, Waz and Sorix for Skyrim, and yeah, also there's a couple more. So you'll notice that in my runs, I've been naming my save file Snail. It is for one of the people that I watch, Fauna. If you like Hololive, I really enjoy her streams, and I named them after her cat Snail. So that's cute. And once again, also would like to shout out my friends, family, everyone that's supported me. Also, big shout outs. I think something that people should do a lot more is be happy for the tech people involved in the creation of the runs and stuff.
Killed it.
So, yeah.
multiple eras of games.
Yes.
Yeah, and like seamless. That was pretty. Yeah.
Like every single one of these runs has a different screen resolution, and Skyrim is 16:9. The others are 4:3. So huge shout out to the tech crew for being
Absolutely.
able to handle all of that.
Yeah, and another person I would like to thank is Sabuline Horizon, who has built this auto splitter just for me.
Wow.
So that is very nice. And oh, there we go.
All right.
So this is the final fight. So time comes once I kill Alduin here, or Alduin is gonna back up. Okay, very weird.
Yeah, there is an ideal position to be fighting Alduin, but
Okay,
sometimes
he's being
Alduin-
weird.
Yeah.
He's being really weird. Okay, he's fine now. I have a level up, so I am fine. There's no worry about dying, but
Okay.
he's just
I was a little.
fine
My
now.
hands are getting a little sweaty.
Yep.
Are
So things
you sure
should
you're on
be
novice?
fine. I am.
Okay.
Oh, he's flying again. I was one hit off of him staggering, so he won't fly, but that's unfortunate.
There we go.
Yep. Come on, you can die.
Time is coming up once Alduin
Okay,
dies.
let me
right?
just do this for
Gotta be.
safety.
Let's be safe. Gotta be safe.
Safety. And time. That's it.
Great stuff,
Yep.
Kronos.
Also, one final shout out here. Big shout outs to Dr. T, Chops, Burry, and Musical Daredevil for being the other anthology runners of the game, especially Purry, the
Yes.
one that inspired me to do this. So, yeah, big shout outs to them.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so I believe now we have the Redguard incentive. So,
Indeed,
Yes.
that did indeed get met.
Yeah, so I guess I should get that set up now.
Great. Well, while we're getting that set up, we have that $10,000 donation from DK Salfo.
Wow. Wow.
And they say, gotta donate during one of my favorite games. Gonna be AFK for the rest of SGDQ, but I can't wait to watch all of the VODs and see what y'all accomplish. See you in the next one. Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Yeah, for that generous donation. And we are just about $24,000 away from unlocking Halo 3.
Wow.
Let's
Go Twitch chat.
Kronos, for the people who joined recently, do you want to explain why we're doing Redguard?
Yeah, so for Redguard, it was a donation incentive that I put in. For people that didn't know, Redguard was chosen by the Moist Critical Challenge. And for people that also don't know, I am one of the people helping out with the Moist Critical Challenge. In fact, I'm working directly with him to help come up with these big events for the speedrunning community. We've done Amok Runner, Exodus from the Earth, which you'll see later on in GDQ, I believe tomorrow morning, and this game, Redguard. So right here, I will begin the game once I hit new game. I believe right now the screen is still needing to be cropped and everything, so I'll give production a bit of time to do that. Yep.
And this challenge has been an absolute blast. On day one, someone just found an hour-and-a-half skip, just cut the time from almost 2 hours to like 20 minutes.
It came down to the wire.
Yes.
Didn't it? It was like almost a, or wasn't it a tie?
It was a tie down to the
Yes.
frame.
down to the frame.
Yeah.
Down to the frame.
Wow.
Very intense run. Yeah, also big shout outs to Solitan for being the first and only Redguard runner before the challenge. He basically developed a lot of just the run himself, and that's like a tremendous achievement in my opinion. So yeah, I
Looks like
believe
you're good.
we are good to go. So once I hit new game and load in here, once everything quits from the loading screen and the cutscene goes away, then we should get started. So right now, okay. So this is a pretty difficult game. We're going to try to kill this guy. Don't mind me. This is very difficult to do. Yeah.
Voice lines.
Come on.
Oh, fair deal.
There we go.
Alright.
So that's one guy down. Come on. You can do the other one. Come on.
You can do it, Cyrus.
Oh, come on, you can do it. There we go.
Nice.
So that is our first big fight of the game.
What is, if I could ask, what is, I mean, this is an Elder Scrolls game. What is like the, not necessarily the lore, but why does this game exist? What is this?
So this is a game, I believe it's around like the Daggerfall era of Elder Scrolls games. And it was one of two side games of the Elder Scrolls series, the other being Battlespire. And Redguard is very unique. It's the only third-person game of the franchise where it's purely third-person, and you play as a preset character named Cyrus. So yeah, that is basically a lot you need to know.
Cool. All right.
And we're going to skip the entire game just in case it's not clear.
Yep.
I figured.
So there's a lot of cutscenes like this, very long cutscenes of just the boat moving in. It's cool. It's nice and cinematic.
Cinematic, yes.
So right here, we are going to do some pretty precise jumps.
Wow.
Yeah, so right here, just so people can know how tough this is to run, there is a lot of input delay. So for instance, if I press jump, it's going to be very delayed. So jump now.
Oh my God.
That is how long the delay is. It is like almost half a second, sometimes even a full second. So this is a lot more difficult than it looks to play.
Good day.
Good day to you.
He's turning a lot. Why are you still turning? just talk to him.
Alongside the delay, is it like, I mean, are the controls, I mean, are
They're
they
weird.
Yeah, so
Like-
another unique thing is this game is purely keyboard only. So
Oh.
it's very weird that it is built like that since all the other games
Thanks
don't
for the
have
time.
that.
Yeah.
So
Even Arena has mouse movement.
yeah, so now we bought 2 feathers, and the feathers are basically your fast travel items in the game. So there's no standard fast traveling. You have to go to a certain location. It's like taking a carriage ride in Skyrim. So right here, I am going to make a save just in case I do this wrong. It's generally fine, but I just want to make sure I have some safety saves because I do not have any in this file.
That save UI was cool.
Yeah, and it does take a while to go through the save AI. And yeah, we just transform into a bird,
All right.
fly over,
Sure.
and there we go. We are now here.
Matt,
Animorphs.
So now
You
here,
didn't let him say magnificent.
yeah, this is the very infamous section in the speed run. So you'll probably know a lot of people lose their runs to this part. So right here, there's going to be bridges, and let's say that they fall apart, and it is sometimes not good because your jump inputs get eaten, and just the way your character moves doesn't work right sometimes. So hopefully things work out. Okay, just periodically make saves all around just in case. This is quite intricate.
The music really adds to the tension here. I gotta say.
Just back
Okay.
up a little bit.
Very
Backing up like a
forgiving there.
dump truck there, you know?
Okay, cool trick here. You can skip part of this bridge by jumping on this rock. But not like that. I am going to reload that save. It's fine.
That was cool. All right. Nice.
And there we go. So now we're going to an area where we're not really supposed to be in for now. So basically we're going to take a boat ride to an island here. And generally it's like not a place you should be going this early on in the game. But yeah, we're going to pay the boatman here.
Very normal looking boatman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have a long ride over, and this is a perfect time for like 2 donations or so.
All right, sounds good. Well, we have $25 from Carl that says, Halo 3 is one of the best video games ever. My friends and I played it in high school and college. Many days and nights were spent in matchmaking, campaigns, and custom games. So many wonderful memories. I've got to do my part in getting it to the stage. Finish the fight, send in your donations. And indeed, we are less than $24,000 away. Can we get there, audience? Let's go, Twitch chat.
Yep, you can do one more.
All right, great. Well, we have $5 from Cruel Nina that says, here's a $5 for the Halo 3's incentive. Let's finish the fight. Let's go, Cruel Nina.
Yep, so now we are on the island and we are going to have a fun cutscene here with skeletons rising out of the ground here. So that is going to be fun to look at. Just right in front of us, it's going to appear. Oh,
Wow.
very menacing. And yeah, we're just going to jump past them. We don't care about them. And yeah. Yep, so here we're going to an actual cool trick here. Like, Redguard's tricks are actually amazing. So, despite the mechanics of the game being pretty sluggish, these tricks are really cool to do. So right here, there's a gate. You need to go through this gate, but it's locked. But by pulling out your sword and then jumping through and sheathing your sword, you can just clip through the gate,
Nice.
just like that.
There's actually a lot of ways to get through that. There's so much you can do with the movement in this game.
Yeah, there's so many cool tricks in this game. It's just a shame that the mechanics are just, unfortunately, pretty bad.
I would have never guessed, looking at this, that there is, quote unquote, so much you can do with the movement in this game. That's awesome.
You'll be surprised for what's coming soon. Also, here, this is another very tough jump.
Nice.
First
Oh,
try.
that's so good.
So that is really good. That's a very tough jump to do. And now we're here. This is a long cutscene with this guy just strolling across this bridge. The slug. So fast.
Weep. Weep.
It's kind of cute.
Weep.
So now...
Is he evil?
No, he's pretty
good?
friendly. He's going to
Okay.
give us an amulet.
Okay.
So right here, we're just going through a bunch of dialogue. And we're going to do a task for them. We need to just deliver this amulet to the guy. And there's the amulet. So now we got the amulet. We're just going to head back the same way we came. So now that involves jumping back. Oh, there we go.
nice.
That was very close to not working. And
Even
now
more-
we're going to another cool trick here. So there was the first gate clip, but there's another clip you can do on this side, which is a bit faster.
I didn't think you were going to go for this, honestly.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just save here just in case. So it's pretty precise of a lineup, so I'm going to line up right here. Pull out my sword.
Oh,
First
ooh,
try.
wow.
Easy. Let's go. And yeah, that just clips us through the ground, through the wall, and we're out the other side. So yeah, now we're just heading back the same way we came, but we need to grab one small thing, which is a strength potion, and probably the hardest thing to do in the game. No joke. So I am, oh, too far.
Oh, I can already see.
Okay, there we go. That's the strength potion. Yeah, that's very difficult. It's very difficult. You can really easily just walk past the strength potion and just grab the health potion. And when you do that, all the enemies will start coming to attack you if you're not quick enough. So yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Back
now
to the
here-
very normal boat.
We are going to pay the boat and shimmy around because animations. Okay.
I love the way Silas backs up. Like, looks behind him. Very slow.
And yeah, so just another cutscene. So more donations.
Fantastic, and donations are still coming in. We're getting even closer to unlocking Halo 3 chat. Keep it up. We have $50 from Tabby Llama that says, happy SGDQ, everyone. GDQ is one of the best times of the year. Love watching the frames be saved for all good cause. This $50 goes towards the Halo 3 run, as that game is one I hold close to my heart. Oh, and chat, keep being cute. Kissy face. Thank you, Tabuama. And indeed, every single dollar helps. If you could just spare $5, $10, even $20, that would be amazing. And make sure when you do send in a donation that you put it towards that Halo 3 game incentive.
Yep, so now right here we are just going the same way we started. So that involves just crossing this bridge again. And it is just as difficult as last time, so hopefully things work out. Oh, that was close.
How did those bridges get repaired and are still broken from last time?
Who knows? Oh. That's a bad jump. It's fine. I made a quick save, so we're good. Also, funny thing in this game, when you load a save, you get a temporary speed boost. And that's because the game's just trying to catch up from when you click the save or the load button. So, yeah, it's not really just you moving faster, it's the entire game speeding up. And yeah, we don't want to really abuse that in the run because things can get really broken with it, and it's not the same on everyone's PC.
Sure.
So yeah, we finished crossing the bridges. Pretty happy that went smoothly. Those can be very weird and wonky, so yeah. Now we're going to just use the feather and fly back. So let me just save in case. Because if you point in the wrong direction, you will fly to a different location than you want to go. So yeah, that works out. We are good.
And now we can go inside the palace,
Magnificent.
which is where we can finish the game.
Yep, so since we have everything, we're going to deliver this amulet. And generally, this is a part where you're not supposed to go in. But there is a big skip that was found that just skips literally the entire game, and that's right here. So once I go through all this cutscene or dialogue, there's going to be another cutscene, and that would be another time for donations if you would like. Should just be here.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we have a $50 anonymous donation without a comment. Thank you so much for that donation. And then we also have a $25 donation from Moose Shark that says, anonymous says no comment.
Yep. So there's Rickton, the guy, the evil final boss guy. So yeah, he's going to confront us and want to get the amulet, but we want to know information about our sister. In fact, that's the entire point of the plot, is for Cyrus here to find his sister. So now we delivered the amulet, but unfortunately, this is kind of where you're supposed to be stuck at. But by doing this clip through the door, first try as well, we just skip literally the entire game. So yeah, so now we are in the end sequence here, and we are going to turn the wheel. I'm standing next to the wheel. Why aren't you turning it?
It's locked.
It's locked.
It's locked.
Yeah, so let us save here, and we're going to jump on this chain and turn a little bit and jump. Okay, I did it.
Flashbacks to Super Mario
Yeah,
64 and pole
that didn't
climbing.
work. So we'll try it again. This is pretty precise. So yeah, just have to not be too high or too low. There we go. So now there's this other locked door right here that people used to use a guard to clip through that door, but now we can just jump onto this balcony right here with a precise jump. Well, that didn't work. Very close though. So hopefully I can get it next try. These jumps are pretty precise, so...
And plus you're dealing with like a half second of input delay. Nice.
There we go. Okay, and we're at the final stages of the game, so we're going to pick up this key. There we go, good animation. Sometimes you can just walk all the way around the table for no reason to grab the key, and that takes ages. And yeah, we're at the final area, so here we're going to jump down from the bridge and do a very cool movement tech here. This is a double jump. So we're going to save the game just in case, because this might take a few tries. Hopefully I can get it first try. But I'm going to unsheath my sword, sheath it again, and if I do... Oh, that was so close. I was just barely not close enough. But by doing a series of precise inputs, you can buffer a double jump. And that is what I am trying to do here.
The intended route, by the way, is to climb up that red crane back there.
Yeah, and that route is very long. So, yeah, this is the best way to do it, the fastest way. There are other ways to do it. There is a way called resurrection glitch, which is the fastest way to do.
Nice.
All
right.
Nice.
One more double jump coming up.
Yeah. But yeah, the resurrection glitch was found in the later days of the challenge, and it involves just dying. And when you die, you're able to just walk up slopes. So you can just really do some weird things with that. So right here, we are going to jump. Oh, why did you go that way? I was trying to jump to the left there.
Inwards.
Oh, let's just walk a little bit back there. Okay. And we're doing one more double jump right here. So hopefully this works. Nice. Perfect.
Nice.
So now here, last sequence of the game, we're going to jump onto this wooden thing.
Wow.
Jump onto this wooden bar here. Jump down. Oh. Okay. Try to avoid that guy that's attacking me because he deals a lot of damage. And then jump here. So now this is the final boss fight. So I'm going to drink the strength potion I got earlier, and I'm going to jump here. I'm up top,
It's time. Reconsider your
and he's
options,
going to try to
Dave.
fight us. And this is our final boss fight that we need to defeat, and time stops once we defeat him. So right here, we're going to manipulate him by going all the way to the top, and now we're going to spam jump and attack, and just have fun killing him, and hopefully things work out.
Voice
And
actor.
time.
Wow.
I may well be the first Imperial Admiral.
And once
to
again,
render this
shout outs
act.
to
No
everyone
surrender
involved in the
can be
Moist Critical Challenge.
The
Really
rules of
appreciate all of you,
engagement state
especially
quite
for helping
clearly
me
that a
out.
losing party
It's
may
like
yield
been a
his
blast to
opponent
do
on the field of
things
battle,
like this,
and
and
that the
I hope to
victor
do
may,
more
within
in the
honor,
future.
determine
And yeah,
his rank.
Remind me in hell.
that's it for
the
me.
money?
Good
I
job,
got
Kronos.
through all my shout outs and everything early on. Underestimate
I know
for
a
both
swordsman like
games, so that is perfect. I'm happy
job,
about
Kronos.
that.
And as a gentleman, I place myself
Indeed,
under your
incredible stuff. Kronos returns. Let's give it up for Kronos one more time. And that being said, everybody, this may not be the end for Kronos tonight, because if we unlock Halo 3, they will be coming back for couch commentary for that. And we are just about 23,000 away. Do you believe it, Twitch chat audience? All right, well, Twitch chat certainly is showing up. $50 from Haversack says, finally able to afford to donate after wanted to since the first time it came across my first GDQ event. My wife and I watch every year and look forward to each event. Donation going to Halo 3 incentive. More GDQ hype! Excellent. That being said, though, folks, we are going to be taking a quick break as we are going to be setting up for BioShock 2 in the next upcoming minutes. Going to be run by Blood Thunder. So we'll see you in a couple. All right, welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2023, live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. My screen name's CovertMuffin, and I'm going to be hosting for this next run as well. We are going to be seeing an excellent showcase of BioShock 2 run by none other than the legendary, the prolific, the Raw Dog Blood Thunder. I'm super excited for this run, and that being said, we have a lot of donations coming in because we do indeed still have a bonus game that hasn't gotten met. Indeed, it's going to be none other than Halo 3, which is going to be coming up immediately after BioShock 2. So if you would like to see some incredible speed action from the Halo genre, that is going to be requiring another $22,275 in order to make that. I believe we can get there, Twitch chat. How about you? That being said, helping us get there is the Middleman 34 with $50, saying Halo 3 is my favorite Halo game and one of my favorite games of all time. I'm super excited to donate towards this incentive and for a great cause. Let's get that Halo 3 run. Heck yeah, Middleman. Let's do it. That being said, we have a quick message from one of our sponsors, from the Yeti. All right, thank you so much, Yeti, for sponsoring Summer Games Done Quick. We appreciate you, especially seeing you folks on site here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That being said, though, we still have so many donations coming in. We're getting so close, chat. Only 22,000 left to go to close out that bonus game, Halo 3. And helping us get there is going to be none other than Scenariox with $50 to say, let's get some Halo 3 legendary action. I loved that Elder Scrolls run. Muffin, could you give us your best bwahaha heart? Well, there you go. That being said, though, to get even more hype about the Halo 3 run, we have none other than Adef, who is going to be interviewing our prospective runners. So take it away, Adef.